Bang! Round one. Fight!
Hello there. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh, that's too loud. Always too loud for me. Holy crap. I always have it too loud. Because it always pops up right when I start the stupid thing. Ugh. There we go. A little bit more normal. Normalize sound. Normalize the normal sounds. Yes. There we go. Now, let me do my normal everyday thing. I've been, not rushed, per se. But, like, time has not been my friend this morning. It really hasn't. Doing good today. Just like I said, time really hasn't been my friend. Holy crap. That's very kind of you to do that. As you saw yesterday, I did try to at least give some support. And the way I did it, though, was to raid, of course. Try to give some support. It's very kind of you to do that, Sayu's Found Son. For any small creators, what I mean by small creators, people who have like less than 20 concurrent viewers at any point in time, it helps to have, you know, even if it's a lurk, it helps a lot. You know, there's always stuff up. There's always stuff happening. There's big news happening. There's big things that have happened. One of the big things that I want to mention over everything else to start off the day. Been doing good. Model working on my dad's PC. Oh, nice. Ooh, nice. To have a model working at all is very good. Let me just clear my throat before I continue. Of course, I used mute because I didn't want you guys to have to hear all that kind of crap, because who the hell wants to hear me clearing my throat? Ah, showed a ferret on stream. Oh god, Remilia showed feet on stream. It reminds me of that time that Bay was like, Callie, let me smell your feet. Remember that one? Because I do. Pepperidge Farm remembers, so to speak. Speaking of busy, I am booked for art projects. Nice. Nice, nice. Like fully booked? That's always good. Always good. This was the piece of news pretty much heard around the YouTuber community, the Vtuber community, the Hololive community, whatever you want to call it. It is something that everyone is talking about today, which is Achan is friend A will be leaving Hololive Productions at the end of June. So in 2 days, pretty much. 2 days from today. Basically, the wonderful talents and staff, she loves the wonderful talents and staff. She loves everything that happened. She loves everything that we did, that the community did, to help her feel welcome. She was there originally supporting Sora. That's why she started even being in there. She wanted to be Sora's support when, you know, the agency was small and there really wasn't any official support going on there. Of course, we have here, she says, as you are aware, I've taken a step back from work over the past 3 months. Due to health concerns, and I apologize for my long absence, and while it may be sudden, I have an announcement to make. Friend A will be leaving Hololive Productions at the end of June because it seems highly unlikely that I will be able to return to work as planned, because she's had family issues. Like, family has been not doing so well. And of course, unlike regular VTubers, who you have the parasocial thing of, you know, not being married and not having all this other stuff, it seems like it doesn't work. It doesn't the same way for, you know, people like Achan. And right here we have, it says, it seems highly likely I'll be able to return to work as planned. I'm terribly sorry to make this announcement when a lot of you have been waiting for me, fully believing in my return. Over the past 7 years or so, I've gone from starting off supporting my best friend Sora's dream of becoming an idol to meeting and interacting with Hololive production fans worldwide. Big news, big stuff, of course. Every step of this journey has been an incredibly valuable experience. Has been an absolute pleasure to get to know all of you through this VTuber culture. I've also managed to grow through this career, and I can say with confidence that these days have been extremely fulfilling, both personally and professionally. And for that, I have nothing but gratitude. From now on, I will be cheering Hololive production on from the sidelines as a fan, and I hope that I will become even more beloved across the globe. Thank you for having me these past 7 years. To the fans supporting me and the rest of Hololive production, thank you all so much. Friend A. Achan. So yes, she's going to be graduating, retiring, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they're going to be doing a graduation stream because she's technically a VTuber now. So I'm not sure if that's going to be happening, but she is deciding to end it on her terms. With the whole thing of Achan graduating and, you know, doing the whole graduation stream, it is, of course, the JP Needy sisters are all going insane of happiness for all these things. I don't understand why. Like, some are just saying get out the door, you know, Achan, you know, all those kind of things right there. I'm pretty sure there's going to be, makes sense that they hate Achan. She's a manager, beloved by fans and talent alike, has done an incredible amount of work, both behind the scenes and as the face of the management team. She speaks fluent English, has often interacted with EN and ID branches. In Nijisanji's company culture, someone like her existing would be straight up impossible. Victims broken by cover. Supposedly, Holopig takes out Nijisanji, destroyed by the company, aka a joke to Doki. The body became cold, meaning dying. Too uncomfortable. They're projecting so badly. They're seething that Holo fans care more about Achan. You know, they care enough about Achan, which is a you know, a member of the team. I am, of course, going to try to get you the translated version of this. I'm going to go through Google Translate for this. Give me 1 second. Sorry for the long wait. Right now we're going to be going into taking a look at what it actually says. She was a pillar of everything that happened in Hololive. So there you go. Achan retires. Have there been more victims of cover damage? Quarantine due to deletion request. It says friend A isolated due to deletion request. Pig who's getting angry for some reason over Achan's retirement. Suddenly ID. Cute. Quarantine due to deletion request. A person destroyed by a company. Was wondering why the behind-the-scenes staff left. There were so many threads, but then I realized that they're so popular. Even had merchandise available. There are 3 deleted articles. Hide. The cutest holomem. Internal collapse. Achan got cold. No, like they're just seething. They're coping and seething. Seriously, do not run away. In turmoil. Basically, they're trying to seethe and cope and everything about that. Of course, because Achan was a pillar, and they don't like pillars like that standing out. They don't like people like that actually getting any kind of benefit. And like you guys are saying, boobs are best. Had to close my queue so that I won't overwork myself. Was so unexpected. I get her Her family is in bad health, and hopefully she's on the board like rumors say, so she won't be gone entirely. She was allowed to coordinate the announcement. Very nice, yes. Because she's loved. She's very beloved. Achan, needy sisters, better watch out because needy JP has skeletons that are still around. Of course, Achan was a pillar of the creation of Hololive, absolutely. When a member leaves on their own terms with no conflict to win, they're not slaves, they can quit when they need to, very true. Sketch therapy. Thought I mute my YouTube mute bug again. Sorry about that, just trying to get everything done. Noticed something suspicious about Niji. I just could be a big theories, but look at the debut and when we got that map. Ships on all 3 of Niji new waves and Gen 2 of Pixel. Yeah, it could be. I mean, everything is a lot of times organized. Not everything, but a lot of things are organized to coincide. Of course, as well, Salty Dog, I'll say it verbally, even though I said it in text. Thank you for that gifting that sub to Sayu's Found Son. Appreciate that. Now let's move on to the Nijisanji side of things. Here we go. This person has realized Nijisanji doesn't seem to care about their people or employees and doesn't understand that employees are irreplaceable, especially long-term employees. Yes, they may be more expensive for you in the short term, but in the long term, the benefits that they bring, I mean, if you look at a comparison of Achan and other people, Nodoka and others on Hololive and how much they're appreciated versus the way that Nijisanji does not appreciate their staff, it makes sense. It says, someone's been an accountant for decades. She's good at her job. She's been into too many companies. Currently, she's a lawyer. She finally achieved her dream profession. She's studying law school for maybe around 5 years. Compare cover Hololive to any cover in Nijisanji. Cover has so many good livers because they treat them well and they're best at their job. Because again, they're being treated well and they have seniority. To be honest, it seems like to me that it's the whole motto, thinking how quickly they are to release new waves, even though previous ones weren't able to find their footing at that point. Pray for TTT. That's exactly the problem. Their strategy was getting traction at first, but they couldn't stand their ground and kept effing accelerating without care and ran over half of their livers. And the thing is, the issue is, as everyone knows now, Nijisanji doesn't care about the livers. They care about the money that the livers are bringing them. If the money is no longer there, the livers kind of get abandoned. Look at what's happening with EN. There wasn't enough money in them, even though they still made money. There wasn't enough money coming in from EN for Nijisanji to ever feel like they could support them again, like they should be supporting them again, that type of stuff. It's just really weird how they do that, but unfortunately, the people from Nijisanji got stuck with that. A win for Nijisanji in letting Victoria Brightshield collab with Mari Mari En and other people. Of course, it's always good to see this. And here it is closer, chained together tonight with Mari Mari En and Matoi Mia. At 8 p.m., 11 p.m. They're so silly for agreeing to play this with me. I appreciate it. And it is very good that Nijisanji at least gave her the ability, because, I mean, they're not supporting her otherwise. Might as well let her collab with anybody else that they want to, because they're not doing any kind of actual support for her. If anything, it would be shocking if managers cared enough about Vivi to check on who she's collabing with. The fact that this is a fair chance of being true is so sad. Probably forgot to restrain Vivi. Either that or it's part of the plan to get terminated. The next phase will be Kersha collab. Oh god, that'd be crazy. I don't know who that is. Are they controversial? Mari Mari En makes Pipkin Pippa look like a normal, sane person. Very true. Mari Mari En is she's a firecracker in many ways. Dangerous for agencies, according to a lot of people. Underscore En, she loves her trucking, she loves effing, and most importantly, she loves cranking her oh god. Yes, so she has been a very controversial figure. And here is the actual tweet from Victoria Brightshield. Collab of the century. Very glad that she was able to do that. And I'm glad that Nijisanji, I guess, is not chaining her down. a question that has been asked, and a question that, you know, deserves some sort of answer, and I'll try to give it an answer the best way I can. It says, hello, I'm the one asking why merging thing is bad for EN, and I'm the one that's going to be giving you the answer of why it's bad for EN. It's bad for EN because, as this person says here, it gives up on global expansion. With the huge success of Hololive and the global expansion, investors have already realized that there is a large growth potential. There's a large money-making potential for EN and other agencies outside. They're even seeing small agencies making a good amount of money on their EN branches. Like Vispo, V4 Mirai, all those are still, you know, Aka Virtual, people who are going to be going into the EN sphere are going to be making lots of money. So it's going to be a big disappointment for Nijisanji investors when they decide, you know, now that they've decided that EN is not going to be a big thing. Operating costs are not high enough for the incompetence of the EN management. Quarter 4 report also stated that they're not going to invest in EN anymore, at least it seems like that. It's based on what happened with ID, KR, and IN, IN being India. Various issues and controversies ended with Nijisanji merging the branches into the main branch in order to hide those losses and damages. The theory is that with EN now dwindling, they will merge EN into the main branch to hide their losses from selen shock and other incidents, although the losses are already shown. ID was doing much better than EN currently is, with ID and KR merged into the main branch, and AC has already admitted to the investors that they're going to be focusing on domestic market, which I'm surprised why it hasn't scared the investors. It usually does, and it usually should, because these types of things are meaning that they are not going to be going for anything bigger. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. R1, that's the only thing they can do. Let them enjoy. Look at what they announced in the new generation of Niji, and they announced it when they showed models of Pixel Gen 2. Also debut, says most of the talents debuted May 25th. Yeah, exactly. You could have a scene or chat layer off for recording segments. That one turns it on between segments so that the recorded video segments aren't about your perspective. I don't know how to do that in Streamlabs, in the Streamlabs desktop. I don't know how to do that. I know you can do that technically in OBS, the big OBS, but not in Streamlabs desktop as far as I know, because I haven't been able to separate the actual audios on Streamlabs desktop, unfortunately. Tazumi steals only money from the livers, not as people. Drink water. I love Mari Mari. They don't even care anymore. Doubt they even know. Love, love, love Mari Mari. Yeah, she's a crazy one. She's a good one though, but like it's crazy but good in the same time. Victoria is looking for a way to get out. So Pippa is a nuke. Mari Mari is the ultra nuke. It's like the Sour Bomba, yes. Nuclear launch detected. An alien laser. All three of new generation of Niji got the memberships the same day, which is the same day as Arisu Oshiro. I mean, they're probably just trying to compete. Very true. There we go. It was a good move for Niji. It signals Niji sisters to stop being so darn uptight. I mean, yeah, you can see it that way. But it could just be a big coincidence. It is a bad thing for EN, of course. Niji cares so little that they let Vivi collab with someone more unhinged than Pippa or Kersha. Yeah, they seem to not really care about that end. And let me get something to eat real quick. Oh yeah. Why bring in all the new talent lately on the EN side just to ignore them? Because they have to show that they're still doing something to the investors, I think. That's more than anything. You merge KR, ID to JP, now you're turning your EN. Yeah, they are turning from an international company to a domestic company, very true. Yeah, I wonder who are going to be the life-size statues. That's a weird way to phrase things. Weird way to phrase things. Find it suspicious Twissy has flown for the intro scene on Flowers, even though what I know about her, she has nothing to do with royalty. She's a ghost from what I know. Exactly. Understandable. I never use Streamlabs. I've been hearing it can be a pain. There's a suggestion, though. Yeah, just brainstorming. No problem, Sketch. Yeah, Loon Loon is doing really well, actually. I'm glad that Loon Loon is doing well enough. Small little blurb about Doki Bird right now. Vivid Vision and her baby are cosplaying Doki and Tomato for AX. Right over here. Vivid Vision Anime Expo. Baby and I are cosplaying as Doki Bird and Tomato for Anime Expo. Our names, Noms, Kafko, Booth 520 is having a special event. Oh, that's for the special event. Okay. Join us cause our fight against hunger. Let's fill it up Doki's tomato farm, which hopefully will happen. It's that one that I mentioned the other day about, you know, her kind of a charity thing. Doki Bird always doing charities because, you know, she loves charities. So doing something like that is a wonderful thing for both of them. So adorable, she named the tomato face. Those two are adorable. They do a lot of mommy baby cosplays on Instagram and they're always super fun. Still the only Hoshino cosplayer I've seen with actual tiny Ruby by her side. The tomato eyes are kind of suspicious. What are you looking at there, Tomato? Yeah, you look at tomato ones right there. It's cute. It's very cute. It's wonderful to see these types of things from fans of Doki. Hello, Kos. Another big move to F up, yes. Another big move to F up. Of course they're going to keep effing up. They're freaking Nijisanji. It's pretty much on brand at this point for them to be effing up as much as they are. Pretty much on brand. Yeah, if there's another incident, they're going to be nowhere to run and hide. Nah, that's cute. That's great. Cutest tomato. That cute tomato. Yes, very cute little tomato there. Of course, I'm all for criticizing Nijisanji in their things that they do, in the ways that they treat their talents, in the ways that they try to grow or lack of growth of their talents. But sometimes people go a little too far, in my opinion. And this one is like saying unnatural growth in subs for Nijisanji's new livers. Other than the livers that have been miserable, but only the mascot has recorded a growth in subs, even though it does not have many viewers. You don't think they're manipulating subs, do you? I don't think they are. I think, like I said before, I will say it again, every single chance I get. Loon is their own individual person still, even though they're under Nijisanji. They are a mascot character, as in they are a non-human character. That is still very rare inside of any VTuber circles, even more so a large agency like Nijisanji. So there is that aspect of it. There's the aspect that it is a Japanese person as well, a Japanese liver. There's also the aspect of it being the honeymoon phase. And once the newness of it wears off, it may just level out. So I am a person, like I mentioned, that I always criticize Nijisanji for what they do. But let Loon have their success. Miserable debut. They cracked 17 CCV with their Platform 8 stream. And Zatsu yesterday was 7k CCV, outperforming even Fuomoko and Mint. In that sense, getting 130k isn't unnatural. Loon is new and different, and quite unlike what Nijisanji previously had, they're basically a magical girl anime mascot, both in looks and personality, in a country that loves the mascots. It makes sense. People will at least be curious about them. Yes, it's a novel, new thing, and of course people are going to be very curious about it. That's one of the things that's helping Loon. A very unique and polite way of using Japanese that many people will love as well. Omaru Polka, Mala JP also mentioned on the stream that Polka likes her too. So yeah, it's just the novelness of it, the newness of it, the fact that it is a mascot character. So unfortunately, we've been kind of conditioned to expect the worst from Nijisanji, but I'm glad that at least one of them is having some success, and they're all doing pretty okay so far as well. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be like Mr. Negative, nilly all the whole time, because freaking, you know, it just, I don't know. I don't want to be that kind of person all the time. You know what I mean? With the recent news of Vivi getting certain collabs that she may not have gotten in the past, it's understandable for people wanting to support Vivi, because Vivi has not gotten any kind of support from the larger organization of Nijisanji EN. If you want to support her without supporting Niji, then you can find her PL, which is Mogu Ghost, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm not going to directly lead you to there, but you can take a look at that if you want. Suggest you support her through her PL and then continue to watch her streams as Vivi. Vivi has been more active on her PL recently, and while it doesn't mean she's planning on leaving, she made no mention of it or hinted about it, it does look like she's setting up a backup plan in case things go bad. And of course, Mogu Ghost has Streamlabs, has other ways that you can support. So let's say you like Vivi, what they're doing, you want to support them in giving them, you know, some kind of financial support. You can go for Mogu Ghost, either Streamlabs or donation or whichever, Patreon, whichever it is for them, and check them out there and give them support there, of course. They all have that stuff there. Only Vivi wants to support everyone except Uki and Luca, unless they own up to their mistakes. I want to support everyone who owns up to their mistakes, everyone who is positively going through things. Like you have, yeah, Finana's had issues, Gotoka's had issues, but they seem to be doing what they can to kind of show people that they're not the bad people that they thought they were. And if they continue doing that kind of stuff, then yes, I want to support all of them. It's just it sucks that they're part of Niji. And that's the issue. Let's see, Japan loves mascots. They really do. If they're really trying to get a copy pixel and get a better results, they aren't doing good, which is like, I hate watching, but it just could be coping. Never knew there was a Niji India branch until you mentioned it. Yeah, it was way back in the day. We had no evidence about that. TLDR, I'm a bit late. What are they trying to do? Heard about the merge. Yeah, they're going to be merging supposedly by the end of the year. Supposedly. That's the thing. Kaus, they're going to be trying to merge EN into JP, just like they did with Indonesia. They did with India. They did with all those people. That's what they're going to be trying to do. Yeah, better to be Mr. Pragmatic than Mr. Negative. I know a lot of people love the negative stuff. They love all that kind of stuff, but you know, I try to be pragmatic in everything. It is one of those things that is unfortunately very, very prevalent in the VTuber sphere as well, especially right now. I know all three talents have more subscribers, but that's inevitable since they're a big agency even after the drama. She wants to go, we will know. I'm just gonna let Vivi enjoy her PL account as well. Like, yeah, I want her to enjoy whatever account she wants to enjoy. If she wants to enjoy herself in Niji with collabs and such, go ahead. Have as many collabs as you want. If you want to enjoy yourself outside of Niji, go ahead and do that too. You know what I mean? And of course, a reminder to stay hydrated. So I don't know who to forgive, but I'm not going to forgive her. Too late for Finana. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's too late for Finana. Yeah, I can see that. This is a short thought exercise, just trying to get you guys, you know, thinking a little bit. Will Hololive take in any of the EN livers if they come knocking? I think they're just going to go through the regular checks and balances that happen with, you know, auditions and such. If the EN livers are proven to be a good culture fit and proven to be very talented, as EN seems to really like very talented people, especially Hololive, they go for the best of the best. So if they are the best of the best, then they will get allowed in. I don't think being a part of Niji, being ex-Niji, being terminated by Niji or whatever is really going to stop them. I think Hololive has been very much so, especially EN and JP, both of their and ID as well, have all been a merit-based thing. So if you have merit, if you do well, if you're showing, holy crap, you're amazing, then yeah, they're going to get you. Now, they're too high profile and involved in so much drama. I'm not sure that's the case. I'm not sure that's the case. I'm not sure that the EN stuff, they will actually be prevented from joining. I'm not sure. It could very well be, though, but because I'm not really into the business side of VTubing. It's just under the assumption that Holo is a retirement home or something. Hololive audition is an extremely competitive process. They have a better chance of V-Shoujo, to be honest. Very true. Like I said, it's all meritocracy. If they have an indie who's like way better at whatever they're looking for in that specific EN sphere than the person who is there, who is used to be from Nijisanji, then of course the person who is the best at it will be chosen. This one seems vague until you see exactly what it's about. It's about the composition that I talked about recently for Doki Bird and the Dragoons. Right here we have the composition is near completion. Welcome to the Tomato Farm. That's what they called it before. It was like a Dragoon something. Now it's called Welcome to the Tomato Farm. It's a concert score. the main theme by IA811. They're doing everything down there. Nice, you took my naming suggestion. Go, 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 gambare, gambare. Of course. And I for some reason, when I saw the almost done, I thought al mondo from freaking Pecora. I'm sorry about that. That's just me being me. And that all started with this having, if he gets 20k, then they're going to be making an orchestral theme for the Dragoons. It got 20k. So they're going to be making the orchestral theme for the Dragoons. And there it is. It's a lot of gibberish for me, to be honest with you, because I don't know. And there we go. Welcome to Tomato Farm. A lot more there. So yeah, all that is going through. And I am glad that the Dragoons are going to be getting something fun like this. It's always fun to see this. Do not take a Lyra and or Millie. They'll do normal auditions, same as Luna. Support new talents with subscriptions, but will not give money. I feel bad about it. Yeah, I can understand that. Hoppy, exactly. I don't know who's going to forgive, but I'm not going to forgive her. I forgive people who seem to be willing to, you know, make better parts of themselves and also ask for forgiveness. That's very important. It's very important to me that they ask for forgiveness because that shows that they are someone who is feeling bad about what they've done. They actually want to make changes for what they've done. And that is always a good thing. I mean, like, maybe I'm too forgiving. Maybe I am a little too forgiving. But that's the way I see it, at least. That they should be allowed to be forgiven. There might be some EGM people who aren't accepted. They'll probably go to other corpos. Don't know if Shoujo will let them be. He'll let them in because of what happened this year. Yeah, who knows? The world should be tomato and everyone will be tomato. Tama, I'm sure Kudo will help them. That mother effer. W Doki Anthem. So glad someone is giving orchestra musicians good work. Good on you, Doki. Quality workers. Yeah, she gave quality. Like, the person that did it is quality worker, of course. And she gives them what she can. She paid them good money, of course, because, you know, she always pays good money. And all that kind of stuff is always good for everyone involved. This one, I think they're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart or the goodness of what they're thinking of doing. And not necessarily anything Doki is paying them for or anything of that nature. I think this is something that's actually just being done by them for the community because they want to give the community something in return. You know, that kind of stuff. So let's go into let's see. We're doing a little bit of memes right now, of course. Get a little bit of the memes going. The memes, Mason. We're at the memes again. More things that got 3D model before most of Nijisanji. Apparently, a Mio elephant got a 3D model. Kei-san and Henya got a 3D model, of course. You have, you know, the full 3D model for both. You have Orca whale soldiers got a 3D model. You have also the 3D debut this summer of the Fumoko and everybody else. You got Regloss, which got 3D models, it looks like, as well. You got Shion and an effing cup of curry ramen got a 3D model before most of Niji-en. This is freaking crazy that these little things are getting 3D models before Niji-en is. Moving on, looks like we're starting the final plunge. Gentlemen, it has been a privilege working with you all, or watching you all in this case. Disappointed Niji-en fan. Of course, having the plunge. And this was, I believe, from the Titanic movie, James Cameron's Titanic movie. It is an interesting thing to look at. And we can't have memes without a mint meme for Metal Gear Solid. It is MGS Saturdays art number 2, Liquid Mint. And they have all the stuff in the background there. You know, all the characters in the background. And yes, there you have Mint. Mint being the amazing woman that she is, the amazing VTuber that she is, doing great things for herself and her community, and people are paying it back with art. I do love art when community gives you art. Love it. Classical music, but I got a soft spot for this story. Doki musical when, that'd be interesting. Can't see fish regret. That's true. That's true. I mean, if they apologize, only if they apologize, then yes. But they apologize in like a sincere way, then I will say it. You have to be comfy with talents before Henya on stream, which I think Nijisanji had a collab with Shoujo talents in the past. Shoujo's friend group, so yeah. Yeah, it's very much a friend group. They have a lot of nepotism, but they're doing nepotism to protect the business. What the fuck? The elephant WTF is making me giggle. Why does it look like it has a wig on it? Because it does. It does have a wig on it. It has a Mio wig and Mio ears. It does have a wig on it. It looks so real. Piece of fried chicken, for goodness sakes. Battle orcas on the all right. More of React streams as well, of course. Where's my Hollow Stars? Hoppy has what? Of course, Hollow Stars also got it. But of course, they're mentioning just some things that got it before Niji ended. Okay. Nijisanji is announcing a booth of 4 life-size statues of En and JP for the exhibition booth. Now, Hololive has done this before with Gargura, I believe. They did it, I believe it was last year at their Holo Expo. They did one, at least 1 year of Holo Expo. Not sure they're going to be doing it this year for Anime Expo, because I know they're going to be showing up there, but I'm not sure they're going to do that. They do it for their Holo Expo, though. They do some life-size figures of their Holo Expo people. So they're going to be at E65 and E70. And are you ready to meet 4 life-size statues, Nijisanji En and Nijisanji Livers? Which ones are they going to be done? Who's going to bring false ID cutout? Surely not Elira again. Wish I could attend. Reminds me of the story about Elira and her friend in Japan going to a One Piece exhibit at Tokyo Tower and encountering a life-size Trafalgar Law statue sitting on the couch. And Elira was too shy, scared, and crying to sit close enough to him to picture together. Yeah, well, yeah, those are cute stories. But it's a weird idea for them to do this. They copying Hololive now. Anyway, let's guess Chrono War and who else in the end. My guess is Elira and at least one of the Luxian boys. Yeah, it's my guess as well. My bet is Riku, and JP side Riku. Can't be Uki. All the white people taking selfies with the statue would send him into conniptions. Shouldn't a 3D debut precede a life-size statue first? Not on Nijisanji's side, because they want to make money. Here we have the statue of Gargura, Usada Pekora, and Hoshimachi Suisei. Kurosanji, only 3 will make it 4. It's not the amount of statues. The prestige behind those statues is what makes it good. And like I said, Hololive seems to have done it first. And of course, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery in this case. Still have quite a bit to go. Yeah, I'm only focusing on Kyo Basement, Basami. Goomba ended up in Hollow Office, unless they made 2. It's gonna be Riku and 3 minions. Girl, real life size statue would be like 4 feet high. Supposedly, if it's based on her canonical height. Girl was meant to be auctioned off for charity. Oh, okay. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that it was gonna be auctioned off for charity, but that's an interesting thing to actually consider. You know, that whole thing is an interesting thing to consider, the whole auctioning off for charity thing. Cool anyways. I mean, just honestly, it's a cool thing. But yeah, interesting overall. And here we have also, we're going to be going on to other things, of course. We're going to be moving on. This is just a little thing. Graduations begin. How often do you see them happening? 2 or 3 spread through each quarter, I think, the main thing. It depends on how badly the EN branches hit. But I'm thinking about 2 or 3 per quarter. Probably around there. Kind of a just reminder of the difference between Nijisanji En and Hololive En in the way that they treat their livers and the way that they support their livers. It reflects on the actual liver, you know, watching now moments. This was a rebroadcast of the original unarchived karaoke for anybody who missed it. And it's just a rebroadcast, but it's still 13K plus live viewers. As someone who has lived where EU streaming hours lands late at night, sincerely thankful to Liz and Hollow Justice Management to rebroadcast this in a more convenient hours. Praise be. So they're doing something for their fans, which in this case is rebroadcasting at a time when the fans can actually see it, when a lot of the fans who missed it can actually see it. Rara starts her streams at 12 BST, 3 a.m. PDT. Liz starts hers at 9 a.m. PDT, 11 a.m. PDT. Cecilia, 12 PDT. Gigi. So yeah, a lot of them are depending on the hours that you are in. It can be very, very, very bad timing for everything. The rebroadcast helps a lot. Okay, usually I wait an hour before I start turning on the AC, but it has gotten hot again in my room really, really fast. So I have to modify my schedule that I would usually do and make it so that now I have the AC on. So there we go. Now turn on the AC, turned off some of my fans because of course, while I do love my fans, ha ha ha, I do need to make sure that I don't become too punny in nowadays. You know what I mean? So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to grab... Where is it? Where's that darn thing? Is it this one? I think so. Yeah, it's this one. There we go. Oh, there we go. So there we go. My PC's on fire. You want to know the temperature of my PC? I'll tell you the temperature of my damn PC right now. 54 degrees Celsius or 129 degrees Fahrenheit or so. 54 degrees Celsius. That's how hot my PC is. Goomba ended up in Hollow Office unless they made two. Let's see. Someone needs to bring Blue Squirrel standee. Absolutely. I need to make a standee. I definitely need to make a standee. Can't stay for her karaoke. PC's on fire. Everything's on fire for me right now. Holy crap. My whole room's on fire when it comes to the heat. Got like 85 degrees Fahrenheit. But like I said, it's nothing compared to the actual heat coming out of my computer. Which is, holy crap. Skip my sleep schedule. No, don't skip the sleep schedule. Never hear the AC or the fans. I tried to have a noise cancellation strong enough to prevent the fan issue from happening. Doesn't do it all the time, but it protects it for the most part. Say you embrace the punny. It's great power to use. I have a link for the Gura statue. Where do we post it on Discord? Yeah, you can post it on if it is... you can post it on the... let's see, where would be the best place for Discord to post it on? We have, let's see, other media. You can post it in other media. Noob. My heat pump always stays at 69 degrees. Electric bills are low here, so I want to stay comfortable. Good. Electric bills are very, very high in the state that I'm in, which is California. So that goes crazy usually. Yeah, usually goes pretty wild. Thermal throttling level for PC, might as well undervolt it. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I had done that before, but with the whole having to redo the freaking, having to update the BIOS, all those kind of things ended up kind of affecting everything. Thermal throttling level, let's see, aren't PCs usually thermal throttle at 70, 80 degrees C? Somewhere around there. As far as I know, I'm not thermal throttling right now. But the air coming out of my PC is, remember, that's the GPU, which is the 3080, and also my CPU being combined. Now moving on to the P2Y stuff. If you remember correctly, P2Y did shut down fully, more than likely because of a Nijisanji thing, but also because they got hit with a ransomware attack that took down everything that they were expecting to do. So they are absolutely, they were struggling. Now they have progress, which is basically, it looks exactly the same from what it appears. Maybe everything is going on with P2Y. They saw that it was going to be too much of a risk. And of course, they already have investors and such. They don't want to shut down fully. So they decided to go and make something for themselves. The Anime Expo thing, this is the Doki Bird thing that I mentioned in a previous video. And it says, most Japanese sites trash Doki, but this site uses neutral to positive terms for her. For example, they say Selen was released from Nijisanji instead of terminated. Nice, hopefully it stays up and reports what was missed for the other P2Y shutdown. I believe the effort is related to some contributors of P2Y, and they're still playing with fire here. It's dangerous to be mentioning a company names in negative context, especially in Japan. Recently put up cover shareholder meetings, article there, but I don't know if this is where P2Y staff immigrated to, and there was no mention of such on the site. Incidentally, they seem to be calling themselves a gaming news media. However, I found articles here to be well organized and more sophisticated than P2Y, so it may be something new, something great, something new. So we will see what that ends up being, but at the very least, we have media that has a more neutral tone to everything, which is what we want. What I always want. I want to always stay neutral. Hello, CPZ. Gonna lurk as usual Friday? No worries. I'm gonna be playing a game later on. It's a interesting game. It's a special game. It's a different game. Special because it's different. Different because it's special. Whatever you want to call it. Let's see the, no one actually put the actual tweet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the actual tweet, because Kotoka Dora Hime Twitter. All right. Here we have Kotoka Tora Hime update version 3, which is basically her letting everyone know that she's still around. I'm not sure if this is skinwalking, as a lot of people think it might be skinwalking. Of course, if you don't remember who Kotoka Tora Hime is, it's right here, Nijisanji En. She's been accused of some stuff in the past, but as there's no proof, I can't really say one way or the other. I do know that she did badmouth Sayu in the past. At least the person that Sayu used to be, a Zaion Lanza. So that is one thing that's working against her. But she is in a mental health hiatus, so I will not be able to, I do not want to mark her negatively too much. But of course, we have this here. Collab merch with Portland Trailblazers is out now. Let's pave the way together with this super awesome team. Of course, it's great, but the fact is, they aren't able to purchase it. You aren't able to purchase it if it isn't in Japan, which is huge. It's bad. It's like, why the hell are you doing this? What the heck is your problem? Type of thing going on. You know what I mean? I don't understand why people do these types of things. Why Nijisanji does these types of things. But they never do things properly. Of course, people are happy that Dorahime is there. Kotaka, we love you. The merch is great. We love it, and we love seeing you too. Of course, positivity is good, especially on a mental health hiatus. I hope the best for her. No matter what critiques I have of her, period, I hope the best for her. But is there tweet or management tweets? It's most likely skinwalking. Writing, but in my honest opinion, it's management. Honestly, why even post in English when the merch isn't available outside of Japan? Don't think either Rakuten or Niji cares about actual sales numbers. I wouldn't really call this an update until we can hear her for certain. We know that they skinwalk. Yeah, we know that they skinwalk. We know that they can take any control of any of your social media. They say it in their actual contract that we've read before. They actually say that they can take control of any of your things. Positivity, positivity, positivity. Always positive. I always want to be positive on everything I can be. Of course. We can talk about that. It's just so be mean, yeah. If the rumors are true, yes, it's all her fault. Yeah, of course they're going to be skinwalking. Of course they are. Yes, my dark. Yes, my dark. Yes, my doc. Lapis has received her golden play button. That's it. Just want to congratulate her. Nothing more, I swear. No worry, these livers who are above 1 million subs also received the golden play button in their house, right? Right? Mista didn't receive it. Mista finally received something right now, recently. The 100k play button. But, you know, when they were Nijisanji, not even the over 1 million play button, the gold play button. They weren't even able to get that. So weird how every single Niji member just happens to not want their play button. Guess they all have the same opinion. That's some solidarity, huh? Come on now. We're thinking the same thing. All together now. Yes, my dark. Let's go. Yamada. Yes, let's go, Yamada. Yes. Yeah, she got herself Yamada. Well, she asked and she received. Hell yeah, congratulations to her. Love to see it. Well done, Yamada. And of course, taking a closer look. Thank you, Lapis Darkness, Lapis, Hollow X, for passing 1 million subscribers. That's amazing. Of course, it's always amazing to pass that number. Sending in merch only to Japan? Who's in charge of this thing? Exactly. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yes, my doc. When it's her fault, is no hesitate at all. They can just ask for it. Michi too. Nijisanji could never let their livers receive their play buttons. No, they couldn't, because then they would actually feel like they're worth something. And that's not good for Nijisanji. Nijisanji wants you to feel like you're worth nothing. Thank you for the alert, Guardian Gaming. Ooh, there we go. Had something stuck in my throat. In my throat! Callie, let me smell your feet! I just wanted to say that for some reason. I don't know. I'm sorry. As we know, a gotcha system for brush up. There's a gotcha system. There's a raffle system for any brush ups, any of that kind of thing. It's still funny and ridiculous at the same time for the 300 livers. It's crazy. This thing right here, 3.0 brush ups. Petra, Ren, and I finally won the gotcha. And the more ridiculous thing is that even then, they have the third model passed already, and they're going to get new expressions brush ups. It's the first one, because that's the one that Kurosanji gave them, and the other newer models are not, because it was paid by the livers themselves. So yeah, it seems that they might be paying for certain things themselves. The brush ups are covered by Nijisanji, but maybe it might seem like some other things were paid by the livers themselves. In ID branch, getting 3.0 brush up is basically means the liver would graduate soon. Consider your severance pay. Man, even the pics they chose for them are looking emotionally exhausted. Petra looks like she's on the verge of tears. Yeah, she does look like she's on the verge of tears. Honestly, it doesn't look good. Why even have EN in the brush-up lottery when they said they're not going to support EN anymore? Probably just contractual obligations. Not only that, it's probably also preventing them from graduating. It's like, oh, no, don't graduate. We're going to give you the brush-up. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. Because we don't want you to graduate because it looks bad on us. Wait, you're telling me they do a gotcha for who gets updates in their model? Yes, it's well known that they get the gotchas. Yes, it's well known that it's a raffle system. It's basically whoever ends up winning is whoever ends up winning it. It's not merit-based. It's not anything. It's just pure luck. And I don't like that. I prefer it to be merit-based. The throat goat. Lurk. That bay moment. It's not the same. I lost the lurk button. Something in his throat. Please make him choke harder for Callie's feet. No. Oh, you're telling me that Callie's feet stink and that's why I'm choking? So that's what's going on. What's the dog doing? What's the dog doing? The dog's chasing his tail. No worries, you clipped? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. A sort of post-mortem of Nijisanji and Summer Jam due to the suddenness of the cancellation. And all the numbers weren't out there because of the fact that, you know, things were canceled. So we're taking a look at everything. The sales numbers in 39.5 days, they only sold 300 in total, 344, total of 455. And they sold very little, 500 for the boys group, 545 for Crow Noir. In total, they only sold 1,500 tickets out of like a total of like 8K that they could have sold, or even more. Actually, for all three of them, that would have been like 10K because 3,000 seats each time, I think. So it'd be like 10K or more. So that's really, really bad for them. Tickets sold per hour after initial hour, 0.19%, 0.12, all these things like that. Tickets sold per day after, 4.56 per day, which is not horrible, but it is horrible that they aren't actually able to see everything that they want. Of course, here in 39.5 days, they made $26,000, $28,000, $25,000, and $79,000 in total, which probably wasn't enough to cover maybe 100K or more for the actual venue. You have here is projected ticket sales after 50 days, week projection, 12.64, 13.46, 14.6, and 13.52 in total. Data sellout would have been in 2026 and 2027. That's why they ended up canceling it. As it's shown before, these are the ticket sales. Only about 10% or less were sold, compared to other ones who sold nearly as much in a much smaller venue. They sold nearly as much or better in a much smaller venue as you're seeing here. Obey Me, first virtual concert. It's going to be 5th of June. Sold from 5th of June. It's going to be, you know, there. All these things here, again, they're doing really well for smaller venues. So these are actually doing well. Tube Out Los Angeles getting 38K total. They're doing about the same as the large Nijisanji group, and they are much smaller. And of course, we have Hololive, who sold out after about an hour of it being live. You know, the badges, Friday, day 1, 67, day 2, the 3-day, 129. Hololive Sword tickets, 135, 98, 72, and $40. Cost comparisons, because this guy loves numbers and I love numbers too. We have here, Friday, Hololive Sword tickets, gold. If you're doing buying the tickets and the 3-day passes, is how much it would be. Silver, bronze, GA. Nijisanji, the pit, the summer jam would be 170 and 245 for the 4-day. So it's around the same price. It's around the same price overall. Welcome to Wonder World. It would be around the same price as Hololive, so it's about even with everything. Seating plan adjusted, projected tickets 489 and overcorrected. The corrected parts are 372. So they corrected all their numbers and they're just showing it here. And of course, like I said, this looks very bad for Nijisanji to give up like that. But you can understand when you look at the numbers, which is why I like looking at the numbers. This is just, you know, a regular view of everything going on here. Millie Parfait. Everyone deserves to have their Oshi and be happy with their Oshi, no matter where you are, whether it's Nijisanji or otherwise, because as long as the Oshi themselves has not done anything negative, then you can continue enjoying them. Just don't support the larger company is my belief. That's what I think. That's what I say. You could think something different, but that's what I think. Actually, I've been protecting her from the hate and stuff on Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, telling myself she didn't do anything wrong, but they're wondering if she actually did. Never and will never learn because they decided just don't want to. Millie's always brought up a hypocrite for protecting them, and I hate that she kind of is. She protects the company and is obviously bad in every way. Continues to work there, act as if nothing wrong has happened. That's why Millie Parfait is getting so much hate. It pains this person every time to see it get dragged into the other issues. We all actively liked Millie and feel the same way. Millie fans don't hate her, but we were disappointed and wish for her to graduate. There's no real hate just people frustrated with her actions so far. She also has a potential, just like Selen, to do big things afterwards if she shows that she is changed. You know what I mean? The only reason she and her gen mates are getting promo now is because a huge chunk of the brand is leaving more spots for promo. So yeah, because of the fact, you know, they're supposedly favorites and things like that, that's why they're getting everything that they're getting. Only people that hate her are people that never watched her, but all my frustrations with Millie from her being too nice, when sometimes you gotta face the reality, sometimes to Selen, about it didn't happen to me type of thing. You remember the whole, oh, that's crazy, did you ask for permission, blah blah blah. That kind of stuff is what gets people to hate Millie. As a Pinoya was naturally very supportive, the whole fiasco happened now. I can't bring myself to support her anymore. That's understandable. It sucks because people have Oshis for a reason, because they help them in tough times. They help them feel better about themselves. They help them, you know, improve their lives in many cases. What is this one? Ah, okay. That's what that one was. A win is a win is a win. I'm not going to be here and just be negative, a negative Nelly or whatever you want to call it. Melico had a big boost from GTA streams. It appears to be carrying over from regular content. It almost reached 10k CCV on a hand cam stream. And it only dropped when she finished the cooking part and started reading super chats. So that makes sense. That's good. It's good that that kind of thing benefited her very well. Definitely the most popular streamer, Nijisanji, quote-unquote, EN right now. She's pretty much JP, but went into EN. I believe she even admitted that she went into EN because it was a little bit easier. JP was very saturated. She kind of said something like that from what I remember. At least the rumors say that. Reminds me of the jokes of Iris and Anya being JP, but this one isn't funny. She saved someone else from getting into the disaster, so whatever. Remember, folks, she's a member of the EN branch and not a single USD Supa. Really says how SVTA must be if new members are going to EN and getting potentially far fewer viewers even before the drop to avoid entering the academy. The source for the data is vtpoi.cat. Of course, where I always get the VT stats. She's getting a lot of Japanese yen. Like 100% pretty much of everything was Japanese yen. That shows who her fan base is. It shows where she's getting her stuff from. Good for her, but don't expect them to linger. Been noticing an increase in subs for her and was wondering if she is just targeting a JP audience more, which I think is what's happening. And it probably confirms it. Can't blame her for giving how the EN side of things is going. It's probably her exit strategy, although less exit, more transfer into the main branch. Yeah, good for her. I'm, you know, supportive of them doing what's good for them. All right, let's take a look at Loon Loon. Sanji, the actual YouTube channel. Let's take a look at maybe, I don't know if they have any shorts. Do they have any shorts? They have, let's just look at a video. She's doing covers, Loon Loon PV. Let's just go into the lives instead because those covers end up being, you know, whatever it is. The reason why I do this is because I want to hear Loon Loon's voice. I want to make sure. Okay, what the heck is this? What is going on here? Ah, okay. Is it still going on? Let me see where the sound is coming from, because I don't want there to be too many sound thingies here. I'm shutting down. I'm taking a look at other stuff because apparently we have sounds popping up here. I don't want those sounds popping up, so that is something that I have to take a look at. Have to see what the heck is going on here when it comes to these things. Because the sounds are still going. I don't. Ah, okay, it's probably this one. Is it this one? Because I'm trying to figure out where that noise is coming from.
どうもこんにちは、ルンルンです。
That's Loon Loon. Okay. Oh, okay. I know where it is from. I know where it's coming from. I know where it's coming from, I think. It's probably coming from... Let's see.
はい、本当に。
Where is that sound coming from? Am I gonna have to close this? I'm gonna have to close that. Yeah, I had to close it because it was doing some weird stuff. It was ghosts. It was ghosts. Goddammit, it was ghosts. It was freaking ghosts, man. It's freaking ghosts. I'm telling you, it's fucking ghosts. All right. So here we have Loon Loon, which is the breakout hit among all of the new JP, the new JP version, because of course it's a long-eared, very cute creature. I wish it never bullied like Motoru or Salome. I hope that they're never bullied because of the cute voice. A lot of people end up bullying because of cute voices for some reason.
一生懸命某謎の生き物調査隊みたいなテレビ番組を
really, really cute.
再現してみました。頑張ってました。頑張っちゃいました。はい。
The reason why a lot of people are mentioning Motoru is because Motoru was bullied because of her voice. Now she's Himemori Luna, who has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So she has become bigger and better than she ever was in Nijisanji. But because of Motoru, Salome, and things like that, people are scared that Loon Loon is going to be mistreated in the same way. I tend to distrust long-eared, apparently cute things. Lol. Sign a contract with me and you can become a VTuber. She's so cute in the way I totally forgot that she was a gen mate. Honestly, yeah, very cute. It's very cute. That's why it works. That's why it's going very strong. That's why she has 470k views for the first stream, the intro stream, it looks like. So yeah, she's getting a lot of views because she's in Japan, number 1. She has a cute voice, number 2. She has a cute avatar, number 3. That's what makes these things pop out. Now about the Loon Loon thing, we're going to be taking a look at, now that we're done with all the Loon Loon things, Amy's likes. Ooh, I want to take a look at this one later. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this. Everybody, go sub and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. Yeah, Low Effort Clips.
All right, guys.
Here we go. Loon Loon reminds me of Contest Mount from Terra Online. Yeah, I can understand that. Toast. Salty, it's her choices to support that at first, or more specific, it's karma. She does look cute. If you bully Loon Loon, I'm sure PETA's gonna leave that person go. Last stream was sad. Loon Loon being sent to Billy, so it's a concern. Nobody cared to drop and say goodbye. Yes, the Motoru thing really pisses me off. I'm still very pissed off about that. I still can't forget about that. I still can't forgive Niji for that. She was left crying in front of her fans because she wanted to have a stream, you know, where she could say goodbye to her gen mates, say goodbye to people that were around her, you know, people that she thought were friends. Yeah, we're talking about Motoru, who is now Himemori Luna, but she used to be Motoru back in the Nijisanji days, like 2019 or so, and she was bullied within Nijisanji for her voice. She said that people were saying she was a pick-me. She was doing her voice because she wanted to get guys to watch her, wanted to get more views, etc. She was shunned at her graduation stream because, as you know, a lot of people, when they do graduation streams, they do a VC, an open VC. That's what she did. But because I guess she was disliked or whatever, the open VC ended up becoming just her crying because no one came and saw her. It is very sad.
All right, gang. It's time for Amy Usami transparently exposes her likes for the sake of complete and total whatever. Okay. I don't even know.
Oh God. Oh goodness.
Happy Yuri Day, everyone. It's national, international? I don't know. It's officially Yuri Day. Happy Yuri Day, everyone.
Oh God.
Yay! Yay! Happy Yuri Day, everyone. It's national, international? I don't know. It's officially Yuri Day. Happy Yuri Day,
yes.
everyone.
Oh dear.
Don't!
Oh dear.
Don't! Yay! Yay! Cause when we jump in and farted, we Jordan. Jarding. You guys don't know the reference. I really like this. Yeah, so you would be the Fister.
Mister.
Oh yes, I fucking love this piece of fan art. How do you pronounce this? I don't even know. Does your boss know you're showcasing Mpreg on main? Okay, here's the thing, right? I just think it's funny. Cause I fucking love it. It's Libyai. It's Libyai.
Jarding is a new term I've never heard of before.
Ich.
Ick.
I can't do this anymore. Okay, but can we put some redirection into here? Like, what the fuck happened here? Anyways, okay. This was cute. I really like clicked onto Leah Senpai's stream and she was just going, "It's gay bulge! Guys, it's pronounced gay bulge!" And then I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. And I think a little bit of Burger King lore I really appreciate is that he uses the same exact Komahina drawing. Oh wait, you guys can't see it. How do you guys... He uses the same exact Komahina doodle every single time, man. Every single time.
Strong, yeah.
The same one.
Very strong.
The same fucking one. I don't know. I just thought it was neat. I just thought that was neat. I really like how this is arranged. This is really nice. I'm under fucking attack. This was fucking crazy. I don't want to watch this again. Sex pussy fuck blast. Oh, this is the tweet I was talking about. Girl at party, obviously very into me. You have really, really pretty hands, especially your nail beds. They look incredible. Can I touch them? Me, thinking of tweet idea. I know when that Elden Ring. That can only mean one thing. Thanks, I heard it myself. Persona son or Danganronpa daughter, suicide.
What?
I don't even know what the fuck was this tweet was on. I just like the funny gif. You're a Persona fan. Are you not a Project Sekai and Danganronpa fan? That's like having a dead mom and an absent father. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think this is like, that's it, right? I don't think I've liked anything else besides stuff in my tag. I fucking love this. I'm geeked off the yipper.
Hamster. Ah.
Yeah. Okay. 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 I think. Okay, we're done. We're fucking done. We're done. How do I get this shit off? Get this shit off my screen!
All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's me, Nomi, your favorite tart. Also, the lozenge is really sour, and it's kind of making half of my mouth cramp up. So if you hear me moving the lozenge around, please don't mind it. It's not like I'm sorry. I have to do it. Sorry, this one's really sour. I have assorted citrus flavors, and this must be the orange one. Wow, this is really sour.
Ah.
Hello, Lumi. I have come by so you can help fuck up my sleep schedule a little more. Kaneko 5 salute.
This is a super band, a drunk band. Thank you for.
I've come by so.
Sour.
Hello, Lumi. I have come by so you can help fuck up my sleep schedule a little more. Kaneko 5 salute.
This is a super band, a drunk band. Thank you for T3 for 27 months. I just swallowed my whole fucking lozenge.
I guess so.
I just breathed it in. Fuck. It's gone. Should I start on the next one or should we hold off for a bit? Isn't there a max daily limit? I don't know. Let me see.
I don't know.
Oh, do not have more than 6. Oh, I've definitely had like 6 already. Whoops. Let's just finish them up.
Whoopsie.
The doctor told me to take them, so... The doctor told me to eat them. So, I don't know what she wants from me. She told me to take the fucking lozenges. But she's gonna die. What is in the lozenge? Oh, God. You know what's crazy? You really can't read for shit, can you? Who reads the lozenge instructions? Just eat it. It's candy. What?
You taste just like lemonade.
There we go.
Bitch, don't hesitate.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. It's me, Nomi, your favorite tart. Wait, really quick. Ad read? Guys, if you don't want your contact lenses going into the back of your eyes, try ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN.com. So that's kind of good.
Goodness.
I still have to do the ad read. You're just delaying the inevitable. You know that, right? Like, I still have to do it. I still have to do the ad read. It doesn't matter if you block it. I still have to do it because if you don't want to be blocked. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Of course. Oh, God. Let's take a quick look.
Where did Liz go?
What? She's standing here, but she's not saying anything. Elizabeth?
Liz? She's a baby.
Elizabeth?
Liz, come back!
Herb? So there we go.
Fairness, honesty is the best policy, as the cool kids say it. Oh, me, chat. Wait. Oh, my period pain is kicking in. Okay, hold on.
Oh, God.
I'm dying. Fuck. Yo, cramps suck so bad. Maybe I should get more pain meds. Hold on. 1 second. I'm going to limp to my corner and then get some of my pain meds for my stomach. Hey, I don't get it. If the womb is already shedding, why do I have to feel the pain? Okay? Like, my body is like not used to it still. I've been here for so long. The baby is kicking. Yuson! Our baby's kicking!
Usan! Oh my god!
Where the fuck are my meds? Oh, here it is.
Usan! Oh my god!
I feel like I need to shit! I know. I don't need to shit actually. People say when girls get their periods... Alright, hold on. Yeah, when girls get their periods, you feel like cramping and stuff. You don't, okay? The feeling is like when you need to take a shit, but then you don't actually shit. So like, smbelit, you know, it actually feels like you need to poop. That's like how it feels like, but you're not actually gonna poop. So that's how it feels to have period cramps all the time for like the next couple of days. Wait, I need to log it in. Hold on. And then now I need to log today's period into my logging app. Period tracker. Hey, I got my period early today. This month at least. Wow, chat. I got my period early. What the fuck happened? So usually I get my period after the 33rd day. And let me check from January. Okay, January, it was my 33rd day. February, also 33rd. March 37th, April 35.
Women always sound like their random period cramps hurt so much, almost like they're laying an egg or something.
Period means the egg has been laid. Get your facts right. Yeah, usually it's on the 33rd day. This month it's on my 27th day.
Yeah,
wow,
I can.
I'm like a week early. More. Yeah, I got my period on the
What she's talking about is 37th day since the last period, that kind of stuff. She's tracking it by days. No March 37th. It's just March being the 37th day since the last period type of thing.
27th day this month. I came earlier. Wait, that sounds so wrong. Okay, scrap that. let's chill. A little bit low energy chilling for a second while my period. I'm like, you can't tell, but I'm like rubbing my stomach like I'm pregnant. As my meds are trying to kick in. Oh, I can feel it kicking. I don't get it. Why does it have to hurt to like rip? Stop.
Like, yeah, it hurts a lot.
What do you mean, babe?
That's what I've heard.
Look, guys, the baby's kicking. It's kicking all over the place. Oh, girl, what? Let me go crazy, okay? I'm already bleeding. Earlier than I have to be. This is why I was so confused. Remember, I was like, hey, chat, I'm ovulating, right? Because like my boobs were sore. But then I was like, wait, it's been sore for days. This feels like a before period kind of a thing, but it's early. Is that a good thing? Well, my period is very irregular, so it really depends. I think it's because this month I am like healthier because like I'm eating more. So I'm eating way more and I guess I'm feeling better. I don't know. It really depends. My period changes every month. Some months it's later.
Oh,
like
dear.
some months I don't get my period. Some months I get my period after like 50 days, 40 days, 30 days. Normally it's 30 days, like 30 to 35 days is around that time. This month it's on my 27th day. So it's very odd. Periods are usually 28 to 35
Yeah,
days.
it sounds more like a pregnant
I think the
mom, yes.
longest- I didn't get my period for like 3 months back then. The longest I've ever did not get my period was like 40 days, like 40-ish days recently. So it's very irregular. Some women get it regularly though. So like every 28th day they'll get their period regularly. Mine is very, very irregular. 40 is worrying. What I noticed, it depends on my diet as well. Like if I were to have like a really bad diet that month, my period doesn't come until a while. But if I eat a bunch,
That is freaking crazy.
Oh yeah, stress as well. If I'm like really stressed and
Well, that makes
to be
sense.
fair, I don't know whether it's the eating or the stress, but when I'm stressed, I don't usually eat. I
Yeah,
know.
40 days I've heard is
So
pretty bad.
When I'm stressed, I don't eat or I forget to eat and then I lose a lot of weight. During that time, my period is usually very late. But during the times I'm like not stressed and I'm eating a bunch, my period comes normally or early apparently. Me learning. Yeah. Chat, I don't think you might need it because you'll never find a maiden. But the best gift for like here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, if your girlfriend or your wife is having her period, always give her chocolates, right? You're lactose. I'm not a pussy. I'll eat my goddamn cheese. Thank you, Fizz and Tunichi and Lord Ashura. Welcome to the Scammership. Huzzah! Also, welcome Raiders. By the way, before I forgot to wait, what the hell? Yo, my meds are actually kicking in. The raid happened like 30 minutes ago, and I already thanked them. But my brain just kicked in. What the hell? Whoa! I'm getting like a glitch in the Matrix moment. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I need to go back to my normal meds. I can't. What? I'm time traveling. Chad is just watching a VTuber, and the VTuber is like fucking tripping out of their minds. I'm so sorry. What is going on with me? Gotta focus. All I can think about right now, everything in my mind right now is like weird animals and like an eagle feet. I don't know why I'm thinking about eagle feet. It's very specific. But yeah, if I have my period, I don't like chocolates actually. But oh, heat pads. That shit is the best thing ever. Heat pads all the way, okay? So if anyone needs advice, it's like, what is the safest thing to give? Heat pads. Especially the one for the front and the back. So like a heat pad for the front part of your belly and for the back. That feels so good. Oh, that feels so good. That shit is the bomb. Literally, that better than chocolate. I'll keep that in mind if I ever stop being single. You will be the most like aware. Okay, I'll be like, oh my god, babe, this is your time of the month. Here, take some heat pads. Bing, bam, bam. I have to sit in a certain position right now because my cramps are reaching everywhere. Like, right now, I feel the cramp all the way to my butt. Yikes. I don't know if this is every girl, but me personally, when I'm on my period, I hate the cold.
For $3.
It makes me
Animal
more
hallucinations. Huh? Let me make it worse. Kitty caught the kitten in the kitchen. A tricky frisky snake with 60 super scaly stripes. Zebras zig and zebras zap. The blue bird blinks. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does it choose?
There is a bird whose name is like a spotted dick. I know that. I am confuzzled. Oh, God.
Interesting thing to know.
Isn't that a dessert? Is a spotted dick a dessert? I thought it was a bird.
2302
Why would you eat a spotted dick?
300.
Why? Oh, everything hurts. Chad, I'm gonna cry. Everything hurts. I hate.
Tua? Another meeting. Wait.
Okay. No. I don't eating. Hi, Bibu.
Yeah, Panic Bibu knows his. Anya's here! Anya's here!
Allowed to me. I don't like being alone. Wait, are you alone right now? Yeah, they went to an idol meeting. They went together. Oh, everyone idol meeting? Okay. Yeah. Oh, maybe I have to go too, huh? Well. Okay. Just kidding. I won't leave you. Don't leave me. Yeah, girls go together, right? That's the thing. They go to the bathroom together. I don't know why that's a thing, but apparently that's a thing. Yeah. You like to go together with other girls to the toilet? No, that's too much pressure. Yeah, me too.
Idol meeting and water will pick up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Me too. Okay. Itterashai. Wow, they go so much. Yeah. I was about to say that too. Wow. Even since you stream so long, do you also go to idol meeting a lot? No. Sometimes I don't even. Me too. Right. I also don't go to idol meeting. I only idol meeting max once a stream. I don't think I've ever been to idol meeting in my entire Hololive career. Really? Yeah. Well, you are strong. Wait, do you drink water? I do drink water. Did you drink water throughout the stream? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Oh, sometimes I forget to drink. Yeah, me too. If I don't get reminded, I forget. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I also forget. Anya has no kidneys. I mean, I'm a weapon, so that might be the case. Oh, I'm a rock, so that might also be the case. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why. We're like solid objects that don't. Yeah. We just don't go to idol meeting.
Hydrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Okay.
I will definitely hydrate.
Okay, but idol meeting. Okay.
Idol meeting.
Again.
Sorry. Me too. I want more cheese. I want cheese. Okay. I think eating cheese made me play better, so I'll get more.
Eating cheese made it play better, of course.
I'll also be here. Goodbye. It's just you and me again. Yeah. They need to strengthen their body parts. Yeah. I guess not everyone can be a rock and a knife, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not dehydrated. I've been drinking tea. I drank before the stream, but that's it. Are you not thirsty from all the sweat? Not really. I haven't been sweating because I'm getting carried.
You learn what idol meeting is? Yes, idol meeting is the less extreme way of saying I'm gonna go take a whiz or a poop. They try to make it sound cute, so they say idol meeting instead.
Oh my god!
Coffin of Andy and Lele, you kind of look at it like, okay, my opinion is the coffin of Andrew and Lele, or Andy and Lele, is like a better Oremo. And I want to make it clear, it's not because it's edgier, all right? It has nothing to do with how edgy Coffin of Andy and Lele is versus like how, I guess, like G-rated Oremo was. Oremo is like designed to appeal to people, right? Oremo, as much as I adore Oremo, as much as Oremo was my favorite anime for so long, Oremo is like junk food, right? It's literally designed to appeal to people, and then at the end, like, it kind of like took a turn, but like the characters are, they're just designed based on popular tropes. It's the stories, it's just
very true.
It doesn't really have its own flavor. Again, speaking as somebody who adores Oremo, you can just tell. You can just tell the difference. I think Coffin of Andy and Lele has like a lot of popular elements to it, but also is just a much more, I don't know how to describe it. The characters are just more interesting. They're good and they're bad. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to fucking describe it. I would have to like sit down and like type all this shit out. Oremo. How do you say Oremo? Is there like am I mispronouncing Oremo? I've always said Oremo. I don't think I've ever been corrected on it. Oremo? I guess it does make sense.
Oremo,
the title is Ore no Imoto, right? Oremo.
Oremo, yes.
Fuck, chat. I'm never gonna correct myself. I'm always gonna say Oremo. I've always said it how you say it. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to apply reverb. Oh well. Open up a Coca-Cola.
everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification.
Oh God.
Hey, it's me, Lemmy, your favorite tard. Entertaining. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Manly, bless you for upcoming manly sneeze. Thank you. I have manly sneezes. Yes. People not to sneeze on your balls?
What?
Huh? You want to explain yourself, sir? Is that a thing? Never sneeze on your balls. Can you guys not lie to me? What do? You like explode your balls or something? Is that what happens? This is stupid. Please don't lie to me. Please don't fucking lie to me. You know I'm really gullible. There's something called testicular torsion.
Yes.
Explain it! Wait, what happens? Your balls spin if you sneeze on them? Let me, you know balls have balls inside. Wait, why does that happen when you sneeze on them? The balls inside of the balls? Because of the force? But the sneezes aren't that hard. If you sneeze really hard, I'm guessing your balls twist in your nutsack and straight. Wait, so
yep.
You can lose a ball?
You can with testicular torsion, yes.
One? Then you only have 3 left? Wait, seriously? It's actually super dangerous. You can lose a ball from just sitting down. Wait, seriously? Seriously, they're that delicate? Oh my god. Wait, but I feel like people get kicked in the balls all the time and they don't lose any, right? That's like a normal thing, right? Wait until your eggs explode. They totally can. Wait, seriously? So everyone in their entire lives just has to deal with that as like a problem? If you get hard, they will blow up! What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that men have us so hard. I'm sorry that your lives fucking suck. That sounds horrible. It's a cursed handicap. Do people just have to be wary of them all the time? Isn't that exhausting? Tummy hurt does not compare to sperm cramps.
Sperm cramps?
Sperm cramps is not a thing. You can't convince me that's a thing. I don't believe you. That's not real. You guys are ridiculous. Spoken like a ballless individual. I regret to inform you that I am indeed ballless. You can sit on your balls wrong and ruin your whole day. Does it hurt for a long time? It varies. It can be over minutes or stop throbbing after. It sucks to suck again. Let me please. Your lack of knowledge is gonna anger the ball.
Okay, take care, Lunar.
That's not real.
Thank you for popping in.
My balls are fine, chat. You can live with only one. Oh, does that affect like kid rates and stuff? Does it affect like baby rates? If you wanted to have kids or something, you can.
It does.
It's harder to have them. You can get half a kid. Which half do you get? The top half, the bottom half, the left half, or the right half? How does that work? Split the long way, hot dog style or hamburger style? That's so sad. No, that's so sad. Oh, I hate that. That's fucking dumb. Only the
for now.
Only the insides or the outside. Okay, I got you. I hear you loud and clear. I understand now, chat. The child is cut into triangles like a sandwich for a kid whose parents actually. The happy lemon noises underlining her false empathy is lovely. Hey, it's real empathy. It's real empathy, bitch. With only one ball, you don't get the crust cut off. You don't know how retarded it is.
You don't get to cross collab. No cross collab for the balls. Yeah, no cross collab for balls. God damn. Ah, you guys are great. You guys are great. All right, so what's gonna happen now is something a little bit different. A little bit different. There's a game that we're going to be playing that is a little different than games I played before. Gotta set it up. Let me see first. Twitch time! Yes. Moving on to gaming. What game am I going to be playing? Let me make sure this thing can actually be captured, because I would love for it to actually be captured. I don't know if it has actual music. Nope. Didn't capture it. Nope. Gonna have to use window capture. Let's get the chat box in the right place. Chat. We're gonna get the chat box in the right place. Gonna have to. Gonna have to modify everything here. Let's go and make sure to transform, hit the screen. Boy, you're gonna have to modify some things. There we go for that one. And here's the way I have it so far. Just have to modify it because freaking the window capture is what I'm freaking working on right now. Alright, so we still have some more stuff up here. Alright, so finally got it working. Oh, it's the impression of a smelly Discord mod. Let's get the preferences. Text speed. Yeah, fast auto forward time. Voice volume, music volume, maybe sound volume being a little bit lower. I don't know, right now everything looks good. You're not having a great day, as usual. We're starting here. Let me move the chat box, actually. Oh, great. And let's shut this part down here. Let me make sure that we have everything here going on. Yep. Everything's proper and proper and proper. So there we go. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical. But maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home already today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow. Right? You turn to head home when... Ah, cute kitty! Cute kitty! What was that? What the hell was that? The heck is even that? I say as I turn around and see the cute kitty! There are only a few people around the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. Of course. The ground, dampened by the rain, makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Which, of course, makes sense. Of course, you're going to try to feel confident. Chat. Confident. Let's see. The ground is dampened by the rain, makes your steps sound louder, more confident as you actually feel. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. Finally, yes. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cute kitty. Look at the freaking kitty. A cute cat. It's a cat. It's a black cat. A lot of people think black cats are bad luck. And I guess for some people, if you consider it bad luck, it will become bad luck. But it's just a cute freaking kitty. Holy crap, it's just a cute kitty. That's what I'd be saying. Holy crap. But here we go. Let's take a look at the cute kitty. Let's see what the cute kitty is doing. What's the dog doing?
I'll let you hold my hand and we can do other little things, but I need my head pats on each hand.
Yes, head pats. Thank you. Here we go. Guess that should have been obvious. It should have, but it's not. Interesting looking cat. Pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. Puts your front paws up at the edge of the box and looks up at you. Oh god, it's cute. It's too cute. Ah! So cute! Definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or the other about cats before, but if they're still like this, it's a shock if they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you've mind-blowing down to feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyways? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you. Of course, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you. Menacingly! As if waiting for you to make the next move. Menacingly! Fuck it, take the cat home. You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? Meow! Meow, meow! You're alone, and well, I'm kind of the same boat myself, so... You bring the cat, look. You bring the cat, bring it home! Bring it home! Baby, bring it home! You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not sit together, right? At least for a little while. Oh god. Cute purr. Cute purr. I think a little while will probably be more than a day. Yeah, it's probably going to be more than a day, honestly. You're responsible and take it to shelter tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? Yes. Meow, meow! Stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. See you later. Laters, Lunar. Live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom and bathroom. You living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after for so long. Even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making both of you some dinner. Well, of course. Hopefully. Take out the can of cat food and open it with a tab on top. Just don't eat it yourself. You put some cat food in a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. Perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. Looks at the plate of food. And completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. Try not to let it annoy you, because you freaking just used up a freaking bit of cat food. Cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent a hard-earned cash on it. Just a cat, after all. Fuck it, you're gonna have to eat it one way or the other, you dang cat fiend. I'll just leave it here if you're hungry later, okay? Cat rubs his body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough thanks for you. It follows you into the What was that? Oh, what was it? Yeah, it's weird. Whoa, that's off-putting. Follows you to the kitchen as you start your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo mustard spread, turkey, and cheese, and lettuce perfectly placed. Ow! The heck? You cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato? Stupid. You feel embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh. Tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up into the counter. Oh, wow. What? Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just in... Cat starts to lick the blood. It is a vampire cat. You're shocked by that at the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. That's scary. Staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird. Right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Oh, God. Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's raining outside, not after all your efforts. You're gonna take it to the shelter tomorrow anyways. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it is just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. After covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while you're trying to watch TV. You gently push it away every time, but you start getting worried at the strange behavior. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what to do if it starts getting more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. God. It's getting aggressive! Come on, enough already. Shove it away a little more forcefully this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Again, the weird music. Holy crap. Maybe Yvette will have an idea of how to calm it down. Yeah, let's see if this actually has something. Oh, it does have something. Interesting. Cat Pog, thank you for all your support, everybody. Thank you so much. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain again. After finding a number for a local vet, you pick up your landline and the lights just went out? Great. Just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing must have been spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine, which makes sense. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. Too quiet. Eerily quiet. What the fuck, my dudes? It's kind of scary. You know what I mean? Like, to see that happening, it's kind of freaking scary. Did the rain just stop? But then, why did the power go out? The cat! If the cat is trying to kill me! Okay, it's the freaking cat. It's the freaking cat. You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat. Uh-oh. Help? Kill? Help? Uh-oh. Those aren't good things to be seeing on your clock. Never. to the top of the digital clock staring at you with those huge eyes. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working on the power outage, but the numbers are lit up. And going completely haywire. So yeah, that's kind of very scary. Cat stares at you. It's completely still. You think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. Again, scary. What the F? What the heck is going on here? Why is it doing this? Why is it acting all weird and scary? What the heck is going on? This is something that absolutely would mess me up. Absolutely. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing, but its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as a thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, its eyes hold you still, even with your flashlight trained on it. Its pupils are large, round. Oh, there we go. The flashlight flickers, and it turns off. Lovely. And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. That's a weird-ass cat. Your silence punctuated with the rapid pumping blood in your heart. It's overwritten as ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters in the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response. Like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever's watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it clearly as if it was whispered. Let's play. Oh God, fucking fook! That creeped me out. Oh, that whisper creeped me out. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could even if you tried. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakes inside of you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear that grips your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first, you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor, as if it had been kicked. Wounded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming from the outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt, as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. It's a knife! And still, tinted red from your earlier blunder. But that's not right. Wasn't it completely lit clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you left it. When you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife. Those eyes. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing, golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over the knife as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths, discordant against the static now piercing your skull. Dryness of your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you've taken in. Licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Blood? The cat looks at you, golden eyes glazed up at you, as if a response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding! The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red. But there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you, everything, except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints of your injured foot leaves in the wake of every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running because it's that cat right there in front of you. And then, what in the world is behind you? Should we look behind us, or should we keep running? Which one of these, I wonder? Let's see the horror that is behind us. No, bro, run. Run? You guys want me to run? Okay, I'll run then. Keep running? Okay. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0. It begins. So that was ending 1. That was ending 1. That was ending 0. So that was the first ending. This game is a game that has many endings. I think it has like 50-something endings. Hello, Jossie. Welcome back. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? The name of this game is called Do Not Take This Cat Home. Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go and what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. The meow. What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound of the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward, the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. So that's a meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Guess that should have been obvious. Yeah, Mr. Meow. It's an interesting looking cat. Pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of black fur. It puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So cute! You look so familiar, right? So it's a continuation. Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you or getting close like the other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, menacingly, waiting for you to do something. Do not take the cat home. Cute as the cat is, you never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are, with rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food and survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. Oh god. What to do? What's the question mark? You are not ready. Let's see what it still says. Oh, that's all it says for that one. Okay, let's move on. Play with cat. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. You want a little attention, don't you? Purr purr purr. Only you can prevent forest fires, exactly. Poor thing must be bored sitting in a box all day. You're not sure you're much of an interesting companion, but you're willing to do your best. Oh god, this thingy. This thingy is gonna be the death of me. There's got to be something you can entertain a little critter with. But what? Check pockets. Small piece of string. String is far too short. Eager instead of cat leaping for it could easily lead you to get bitten or scratched. Your right pocket. Chocolate, not helpful either right now. Your phone, yes. There is something you can do. You can take a picture of it. Photo montage! Well, that was fun, right? You enjoyed yourself. With nothing else to do and no intention of taking the cat home, you decided probably best just to leave. You don't want the cat to be too attached after all. You still have some memories to take with you. See you around, I guess. Good luck. Okay. Turn and walk away, but as you leave... Your phone just got a message. You open it up and... Huh? What? Aren't I cute? What? Picture of a familiar looking cat. Huh? The cat does look cute. And happier in the picture. But it's not a picture you recognize. What the heck, did I? You didn't take this picture. You peek over your shoulder at the cat. But the cat is simply looking at you. It meows sadly, as if pleading for you to come back. Get out of the alley. You ignore the cat and briskly walk out the alley without another look. Yeah, that cat is scary. That was weird. Here, get us away, Win. Not again. You reluctantly look at the new message and... Don't ignore me! What? Creeped out, you decided to just go home. I know you're seeing these. Come back. Come back. Oh, those eyes. Oh my god, those eyes. Those freaking eyes again. What's gonna happen now? Come back. Oh, fuck. Ha. Come back. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come back. Come back. Come back, 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 come back. Oh, shoot. What the hell happened? I can see you. Can always see you. You can't hide. I'll always find you. Your eyes dart around nervously, certain you're being followed. But there's nothing there. Your heart starts beating faster, faster. You're finally home, but you feel too shaken for any relief to calm you down. You rush to the bathroom and slam the door behind you. Everything's okay. This isn't real. It's just a bad dream. Everything's okay. You fumble in the dark to turn on the sink and splash your face with some cold water, hoping it will calm your mind, stop the hallucinations. Because that's all they are, right? Hallucinations. You're really regretting leaving home today. You must have been overworking yourself more than you realized. Yeah, that must be it. You get scared. New message. You jump as your phone alerts you to let another message received. Check the phone. Might as well. You look at your phone. Hi, friend. Hello there, friend. Oh, fuck. What? Startled, you whirl around and instinctively jump back? You slip. Smashing the back of your head, against the bathroom mirror. You don't register the pain just yet, your eyes shifting widely around the room. There's nothing there. Nothing at all. You feel dizzy. You dazedly feel at the back of your head examine your hand. You can't really see anything, but it feels warm and wet. The smell of copper fills the air. Dizziness overwhelms you and you collapse on the bathroom tiles. Help. You reach for your phone and call an ambulance. The batteries are dead. Ending 30. Photo bomber. Staring at the game like it is an allergy for abusive relationships. Yeah, there's a lot of deep, dark themes in this, of course. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound of the entrance to the lonely alleyway. Sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley, so it's basically you're going through the same thing. You go into the room, the warm area, big cardboard box. Is the kitty again. Should have been obvious. Going through, it puts stuff forward. So, you look so familiar, right? Again, we're going through the same thing. Sure as a cutie, just look, not glazing, hissing your eyes. Do not take the cat home. You never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. We're going through the same responsible adult, random bills to pay for, barely can afford things. What to do? Feed cat. Attached to the box it's in, it is acting malnourished either. Must be searching for a box for food. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that's not the case, and not to think of it any further. Either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day out without leaving behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. So, what about the hungry kitty? Glance around the dark, dingy alley and see a garbage bag, trash bins, empty cardboard boxes, scattered litter. There's something in the cat to eat. Surely would have found it by now, right? Don't want to just give up so easily. Keep looking. See garbage, smell garbage. You listen. Scritch, scritch. Just barely make out the sound of faint scurrying by a trash bin a feet away. Quietly, also quietly, you creep over the bin and you lunge. Crash. You're very graceful in your attempt. You stumbled and knocked over a stack of nearby boxes full of more trash. But as you stand up, grasping your hand, is a small mouse. Squeak, squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeak. Mouse squeaks and shrieks in distress, wriggling and struggling desperately in your grip. You're holding it too tightly and carefully for it to be able to bite or scratch, though. It wears itself out eventually and looks up at you with black eyes. Those cute little black eyes. Oh, God. 4 big eyes. No, I'm just kidding. It's completely at your mercy. Feed the mouse to the cat. The mouse looks scared, as if it can sense your intentions. It weakly starts to struggle again. Big squeaks. The mouse is reluctant. Feed the mouse to the cat. You feed the mouse to the cat. Cat tears it apart instantly. Oof. Mouse pain squeaks and squeals, pierce through until they abruptly cut off. Satisfied, the cat mews happily at you, red tinting its fangs. The cat curls up in its now blood-stained box and goes to sleep. You take the chance to leave. A well-fed cat will likely follow you home. Will not likely follow you home. A cutest cat, you really can't afford a pet right now. You just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, till you finally make it home. After a long walk home, you finally enter your apartment. You head straight to your room and collapse in your bed, falling into a fitful sleep. It's the first time I've seen something called a fitful sleep. That's interesting. But yeah, you fall asleep as you should, as everyone should. You know what I mean? Everyone should at some point try to fall asleep. So this is always good. Let's keep going. Let's see what this cat will do. Later, you wake up. Scritch, scritch. Oh, whoa. Squeaking and scurrying noises all around you. So loud and constant, they sound like screams. The darkness of your room. They're around you. You see shifting shadows of hundreds of mice surrounding your bed. You try to run. Ah! But you cry out as twin lances of pain race up your legs. You fall off the bed into your attempt to escape. The hordes of mice dodging you as you crash to the ground. You can't stand up. Looking back and squinting in the dark, you just about make out the source of your pain. The flesh and tendons of your heels and ankles are mangled. Bitten through your socks. No. No! Leave me alone! Desperate, you crawl with your arms towards the door. The mice descend upon you. Ah! Biting into your skin. Ah! Gnawing away pieces at you. Ah! Start to fade in and out of consciousness. But you still reach up for the doorknob. Your arm heavy, weighed down by the mice clinging onto it with little claws and tiny teeth. You manage to jostle the knob enough for the door to slowly open. Plop. They've nibbled off your arm. Your outstretched arm suddenly falls to the ground, lifeless. The mice manage to chew through your flesh and bone and now dismembered limb. The few mice creep forward to curiously inspect your arm, stare blankly at it for a moment before sliding to gaze up. Newly opened doorway sits a familiar-looking mouse. It stares at you. The darkness in its beady black eyes. The darkness in its beady black eyes, you can't begin to measure the depths. Oh no. Nor the hatred pouring out from within them. All of it. Aimed at you. Ah! You collapse, head hitting the floor as your other arm is eaten away as well. And yet, you feel a cold sense of loss. The mice have clustered along your back now. Gnawing and ripping away between your shoulder blades. Into your back. Into your chest. Cough, cough. You weakly cough up blood. You feel something being pulled out of you. In between the moments that blankest darkness fade out your vision, splat. You hear something wet plop on the ground in front of you. Pry is open and seen in front of the mouse. Weirdly shaped, red with your blood, and pulsing, and... oh, that's your heart. Isn't it? The other mice descend upon it, abandoning your half-eaten body. You're losing a lot of blood. You feel sleepy. But you also feel... anger? Yes. So much anger. How dare they? How dare they? The last thing you see before your vision follows you is a pair of glowing eyes leering in front from the darkness beyond the doorway. You can hear squeaks and shrieks of terror all around you. Low yowls, deep snarls, gnashing teeth, tearing flesh. As your remaining senses leave you, you smile weakly with the last of your strength, when something with a soft, slightly damp, sticky fur nuzzles your cheek. Purr. Good kitty. Ending 27. Well fed. So I've got 0, 30, and 27 of the ones. We're going to skip all this stuff until we get to the cat. Because it all happens the same way. Let's do all the... do not take the cat home. You know, let's do all these right now. Alright, let's go and see what we're gonna do. We fed the cat. Well, let's see what happens when we look around the area, find the mouse. Feed the mouse to the cat. It's trying to move. Spare the mouse. Are you sure? Spare the mouse. It must be starving. Spare the mouse. Why are you hesitating? You caught prey for the cat's sake, didn't you? Are you really going to value the life of a filthy rodent more than the cat's? Spare the mouse. The eyes! Holy crap! The eyes get angry at me. Yeah, the eyes. You're mocking me, aren't you? Last chance. Hand over the prey. Now. Spare the mouse. You let the mouse go. It scurries away, squeezing into a tiny hole in the wall, but you don't pay much mind. You don't flinch as a giant clawed paw slowly falls in front of you, blocking your path to the alley's entrance. Not that you had any delusions about escaping. The cat is hungry after all. The cat, you close your eyes in acceptance as the paw gently pulls you back, and chomp. Ending 26, a life spared. So we're going through a lot of different freaking... Holy crap, man. This thing is... Again, we're going through everything really quickly to get to the point where we have the cat. It's the cat here. Let's go. Do not take the cat home. Play with the cat? Okay. But what? Buy a toy. Right back, okay. You browse all through the different toys for cats. There's so many to choose from, plush and bright colored, scent with catnip, but most of the toys aren't meant for a cat to play with alone. You can't stay in the alley playing forever, and you can't exactly afford to get another cat as a playmate. Another? That's it! You know exactly what to get now. To a quick successful search of the store, you make your purchase and rush back to the alley, eager to show off what you done, what you bought. I'm back. The alley feels even gloomier after spending time in direct sunlight. It makes you feel that much more prouder of your gift. Skip over the cat and dig your soul's plastic bag. Got something for you. The cat leans up, curious at the bag's contents. Pull over your gift to the cat, and let's see what the cat is going to get. What the dog doing? What the cat doing exactly? I don't know what the cat's doing right now. What the cat doing? Ta-da! Small clap plushie. Plushie is light orange cream color with burnt sepia stripes. Make it resemble a tabby cat. Synthetic fur is so soft, but not realistically so. The large eyes are pale green, even more subdued than you would expect it for a toy. There's so no denying it's a plushie, but the thoughtful details still make it almost uncanny to the real thing. Which makes it perfect, a companion for a cat, and one you could actually afford. Win-win. Meow, that's not all. You give the plushie a little squeeze and... meow. Cat looks unimpressed. Well, you think it's cute. Guess your purchase wasn't so successful after all. Out of options to lower on cash, you awkwardly place the plushie in the box next to the cat, get up, and turn to leave.
Meow.
Oh no. Plushie on the ground next to the box. Cat is watching you closely, staring. Pick up the plushie. You really do want attention, don't you? Okay. It looks a little different. Oh, what the hell? Did it just look at you?
Meow.
It looked at me.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Oh, whoa! Chomp. Your plushie somehow opens its sewn mouth before biting into your wrist. Ow! Stop! You try to fling it off, but its grip on you is so strong it drinks your blood, ravenous and frantic. You hit it against the concrete walls of the alley. You try to tear its sturdy fabric. The Try as you might, you can't seem to hurt or make it stop. It's a toy after all. Eventually you start to feel faint, enough to collapse on your knees in defeat. The stuffed doll is drinking more calmly now, as if its previous aggression had been mere reaction to your desperation. It seems satisfied that you're no longer putting up a fight. You think you blacked out for a second, because though you're still sitting next to, the next time you're conscious, your eyes are closed. You feel so weak. You have to use all your strength just to pry open your eyes, and when you do, you see a kitten? Familiar orange cream with burnt sepia stripes. It's lapping at your wrist. The kitten lifts its head and looks at you with piercing pale green eyes. It meows at you with a high squeaky pitch, mouth covered in blood. It'd be downright adorable if you weren't about to die from blood loss. The cat strolls into your line of vision and picks up the kitten, gives it an indecipherable look before turning away. The cat carries the kitten back to the box and starts carefully and dutifully cleaning it. Purr. You sway and find yourself before falling to the ground again. You've gotten the cat a playmate after all. Ending 34, Living Doll. So let's see what happens when we don't pick up the cat. The kitten. We're leaving the cat, of course. We're all doing the leaving the cat options. Do not take the cat home. Let's go play with cat. Let's go buy a toy. Again. It's that tabby cat thing again. Going through everything.
Meow. Meow.
Leave. Ungrateful little monster. You huff in annoyance. You're welcome. Shaking your head, you turn to leave once again. When a pain lances up at your arm. Gah! Crying out, you grab at your arm only for it to... It got ripped off. It fell off. Your arm just falls right off. You stare in shock as your severed limb on the ground. Gathering your courage, you turn to look where your arm had once connected the rest of your body, only to see... Huh? Not blood, it's cotton? Touching it, the stump doesn't even hurt. That is... Until the same thing happens to your other arm. Ah! Gah! Ah! You fall when both your legs succumb to the same nonsensical fate, crying out the agony that comes and goes like it never happened, as if you're not currently laying on the dirty ground of an alley, limbless. What in the world is going on? You can't make sense of it. You can't think straight. Yeah, that beam, that whole freaking beam. Holy crap, the Wayu Weem. Pain has receded, leaving you with a strangely empty pit in your stomach. Considering you still have a stomach, and it wasn't replaced with... As you lay back, helpless and still in shock, staring at the sky, the cat face appears again. That damn cat, holy crap, man. Oh dear. Lunges at your torso and starts biting and clawing into your chest as if it were a true toy. It doesn't hurt anymore. You feel like it should. You're not sure if you're glad that it doesn't? Eventually you feel the cat pull something out of you. A small doll that looks very, very similar. It's hard to tell, but that doll is... That's you. Isn't it? Uh-oh, vision's fading. The cat hops off you and heads back to the box with its prize. At least you think so. Everything's too dark to tell. You wake up and find that you can't move an inch. You can't look around. You can't even breathe. Though none of those realizations seems to be a problem. All you can see is the face of a familiar-looking cat curled around you, purring in its sleep. For some reason, this doesn't bother you. Oh yeah, I caught it. I caught fur. Nice. You're not sure why you feel like it should. Try to latch on to thoughts in your head that feel like memories of another life, another time, another you. But the thoughts slip away like forgotten dreams. Oh well, that's fine, isn't it? You're just a doll, after all. And a doll's role isn't to have silly thoughts or to remember unimportant things, but to be a companion. So I've become a companion to this damn cat. Freaking voodoo cat. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a freaking Ma! Ma, look at this cat! What the fuck? Purr, and judging from the cat's contented purring, you seem to be performing your role perfectly. You're filled with overwhelmingly strong sense of pride at this fact. And so you too feel content. Ending 35, cotton-headed. So many things going wrong here. So very many things going wrong here. So very many things. It's just like, holy crap. It is quite creepy that it has done this. Quite creepy. You know what I mean? It is very creepy that it has done what it has done. It is very creepy that it is going on and continuing to be the way it is. Cool story, bro, I guess? I don't know, it's freaking creepy though. It's freaking creepy though. It is wild. So many different endings. Yes, so many endings. Let's see if we can do one where like let's take a look. Let's take the cat home. Well, why not, right? But that would be a waste of time. Huh? You sure get the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You're living alone in it, so you don't get cat food this time. Feels weird having another living being inside after for so long, even if it is just a cat. Simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Do something alone. Like what? On second thought, do something alone. Like what? Watch a movie. Too lazy to get started on your chores, so you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair. Only to discover the cat is already napping on it. You frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't really the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around to have it put back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor, or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Reclaim my throne, goddammit! Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. To the cat, place on the floor. Clearly upset with you. When you try to pet it as an apology, it dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put random movie nestling in your chair. It's some horror film that you love and heckle from the beginning to the end. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Did the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? Crash. What was that? What was the bathroom? The cat must have gotten into the medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. The cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You go into the bathroom and turn on the light. Just as you thought, all the stuff in your medicine cabinet is scattered on the tiles. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. You crouch down and pick everything up. Click. Huh? Did the door just close? Did you bump it when you crouched down, or... Well, at least the cat can't come in and make more of a mess this way. Huh? The lights? Did you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? You'd never remember to hold on to your receipts for situations like these. Doubt you'll be able to get your money back. Huh? You stand up. You shake out the pain in your knees from crouching and open the medicine cabinet. Carefully, you place everything back where they belong, making sure nothing is missing. You close the cabinet door and... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was a jump scare. Holy crap. Got me. That one got me. That one actually got me. Jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up at the mirror, medicine cabinet door to see... Nothing. Nothing? What? What the hell? Something was... You know you saw something just then. You know you did. Right? You definitely saw something. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. Again, it got me. Rush out to the bathroom and slam your door behind you without looking. You enter the hall and... No. It's that cat again. Oh, dear Jordan. No, 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 no. You shield yourself with your arms and... Nothing. Nothing again. You peek through your fingers and see... Just your usual hallway. You don't feel very good. You need to sit down. You carefully make your way back to the dark living room. Try not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little bit more lighthearted. Or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach your chair. But... Oh no. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Just the cat sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. But it's enough. Your heart lurched so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll up into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. Those eyes. You're dead before you even hit the ground. Ending 4. Oh, dear Jesus God. Real subtle. So, oh my God. This one got me. This one got me. We got a good enough amount of endings. This thing has, I think somewhere near 100 endings, so we're not going to see all of them. But we are looking at everything that goes on, of course. And I want to switch gears. I kind of want to switch gears. Not because I'm scared or anything, but because you're scared. Yeah, you're scared. So many games in the past with so many endings. Henry's much more fun and creative. Yeah, this one's very fun and very creative. Of course, I'm not doing it because I'm scared. I'm not scared, you're scared. Let's take a look at Matarakan. Oh wait, no, we need Fat Electrician right now. We absolutely need Fat Electrician. Stop lying to myself. No, I will not stop lying to myself. Those lies need to happen so that I can feel good about myself. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Okay.
Before you ask, yes, this...
We're going to, switch over from the game. We're gonna keep the game sounds happening. We're gonna switch over from the game. I have to fix a bunch of things though. Whatever, it's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about chat emotes being a thing. I forgot about that. What we're wanting to see is chat box. Here we go. Only 40 endings? Yeah, freaking, you've seen how long it took me to do like 5 endings that we've had. It's gonna freaking be forever. It's gonna be, I've seen people do the full endings. It's a 4-hour thing. I'm not, I don't have that patience. I don't have that patience. So yeah, that's the thing. So we're gonna do the Fat Electrician, as we always do. And as we always do, We're gonna put it at 1.5, and as we always do, we're having subtitles so you guys can see it.
This is in fact the guy that Brad Pitt's character in the movie Fury is based off of, and yes, the nickname War Daddy was real. Today we're talking about the most gangster tank commander in American history, Lafayette Greenpool, his incredible crew, and their infamous M4A176W Sherman tank, known by its moniker painted across the side, In the Mood. Once upon a time, July 23rd, 1919, two twins would be born, John Thomas Poole and his younger brother by 5 minutes, Lafayette Green Poole. They both spent their entire childhood growing up in Texas. The Great Depression happened when they were 10 years old. Despite that, they were both star athletes in middle school and high school. And then when they graduated from high school in 1937, John and Lafayette, the two brothers, wanted to join the Navy together. Like everything else they'd done in their life at this point, they go down to the local recruiting office together and they both sign up for the U.S. Navy. Then they go to get their physicals. John passes with flying colors, but Ray, on the other hand, is rejected because his eyesight isn't good enough because he has one bad eye from an injury from when he was younger. Which is turning into a weird pattern at this point because there's a shocking amount of badasses that are originally rejected from the U.S. military for apparently having bad eyesight. I mean, off the top of my head, we've got Lawson Red Ramage, the first submarine commander to earn the Medal of Honor, which I don't know why your vision needs to be super good inside of a submarine, but whatever. Then we've got Willis Ching Lee, literally an Olympic sniper that was the greatest battleship commander of all time, that after he had won the Olympics for sharpshooting was told that his vision wasn't good enough. And then of course we have Jay Zemer, Medal of Honor recipient, the pilot of the most decorated air crew in U.S. history that was also rejected because his vision wasn't good enough. And now we have Lafayette Greenpool, the greatest American tanker of all time, also being rejected because his vision just isn't quite good enough. Now that being said, here's where Poole's just a little bit different from those other heroes. He's trying to join in 1937. World War II has not kicked off yet, so he's not overly motivated to join the military. So, unlike the other three, he does not cheat on his eye exam to get in. He decides that he's just going to go off to college and become an engineer. So that's what happens. John ships off to go get trained for the Navy. Lay decides he's going to stay around town. He helps his parents out on the farm. He goes off to college to become an engineer, and he also decides that he's going to start boxing to earn some extra money on the side. And over the course of the next 3 years, he never loses a single match because he is an incredibly talented boxer. Then, September 16th, 1940, America decides to reinstitute the draft because World War II is looming on America. Because of this, Lay decides that he's going to try to join the military again, but he's concerned that the Navy still has records of him failing his vision test from a couple of years ago. So, instead, this time he goes to an Army recruiter, gets signed up, goes to the physical, and this time he does what all great American heroes do. He cheats on that eye exam and he passes. Seriously, the impact that a bunch of dudes cheating on the eye exam to get into the military has had on the world that we live in today is profound. So Poole ships off to training, he excels at everything he does, and then every time he gets leave, he's always going out and taking boxing prize fights to win more money on the side. So he finishes training, gets assigned to the 32nd Armored Regiment, where he rapidly becomes a sergeant and a tank commander, again, continuing to box every second he can. As World War II ramps up, the 32nd Armored Regiment's training gets more and more intense as they get put in different climates in different places all over the country. They train in Louisiana, they train in Pennsylvania, and now they're out in the Mojave Desert in California. And at this point, Poole's developed quite a name for himself. Everybody knows who he is. He's a 6'3" boxer that's 41-0. He's never been defeated, and he is one of the best, if not the best tank commander that they have. And because of this, he gets a little bit of sway with how things go. So he actually goes out and starts picking his own tank crew, and he picks the best of the best. In the driver's seat, he's got 24-year-old Private First Class Wilbert Richards, aka Baby, a nickname that he got when the crew was out for dinner one night at a diner, and the waitress looked at him and said, "I didn't think they let babies join the army." Despite having a baby face, he said that he was the best tank driver in all of World War II. He was so good that he could parallel park a Sherman tank in the middle of downtown New York during rush hour traffic. In the gunner's seat, we have Willis Ollier, aka Groundhog, a nickname that he got in the Mojave Desert because he constantly wore his goggles and had dirt rings from the goggles around his eyes at all times. He is the oldest man in the crew at 28 years old. He was a factory worker at an ammunition plant. He was exempt from the draft, but he wanted to go to war anyways, so much so that he had to go to the government to get permission to quit his job so that he could be in that tank. At loader, we've got 21-year-old Delbert Boggs, aka Jailbird, a nickname that he got because he was allegedly there because the judge gave him the option of go to war or go to jail. Standing at only 5'6", 120 pounds, Jailbird had probably the most physically demanding job in the entire tank crew. Despite his stature, he was able to load that gun faster than Poole could say fire. And then at assistant driver and bow gunner, we have Arthur Reed, who has not quite earned a nickname yet. The crew then decided that their fearless leader needed a nickname too. Poole was already becoming a legend. He was an undefeated boxer. He was one of the best tank commanders America had, and he made sure that everybody in his crew was squared away and taken care of at all times. He took complete responsibility for them. He was just like their dad, and for that reason, they gave him one of the coolest nicknames ever, and the same one from the movie Fury, War Daddy.
Hey, don't fuck yourself, War Daddy. God's too high. Still over 40 bucks.
Unlike the movie, however, Poole did not decide to name his tank Fury. He gave it a nickname that is 1,000 times cooler, and Hollywood decided to change for no good reason because they named their tank In the Mood. When asked what that meant later, Lafayette simply said, "That's just how I felt at the time. I was in the mood." So we've got the crew, we've got the tank, everybody has a cool nickname. It's time to get ready for war. They start training together super hard to become one cohesive unit. At this point, Poole, who's still been going out boxing every chance he can, ends up joining the Golden Gloves tournament, and he actually ends up winning and becoming a Golden Gloves champion, which qualifies him for the national tournament in Chicago. At this point, the Army is willing to let him take leave and go participate in this national tournament because it looks really, really good for the U.S. military if they have an active duty sergeant that's a tank commander that's winning national titles for boxing. Poole, however, decides against it because he has his crew, he has his tank, and he's not going to let them go off to war without him. So he decides to forego his dream of becoming a national Golden Glove boxing champion and instead goes off to war. Because of that, he is then offered a slot as an officer, which he also refuses because he doesn't want to leave his crew. He decides that he's going to keep being an NCO so he can be a tank commander and go out with his guys. Shortly after that, they would all ship off to England in 1943. Once they get to England, they just keep training, getting ready, waiting for orders, and then in April 1944, a famous boxer by the name of Joe Louis, aka the Brown Bomber, comes over for a morale mission where he's going to box with some of the troops, you know, get everybody ready for war, get them hyped up, doing something cool, and guess who gets slotted to fight him? Yeah, Lafayette Poole boxes Joe Louis 2 months before D-Day, and if you don't know who Joe Louis is, he's literally one of the greatest boxers in the history of the world. This dude has 69 wins with 52 knockouts. He has one of the longest reigning title runs ever. He is on a different level than Lafayette Greenpool, for sure. Despite that, everybody's hyped. The entire regiment is going to show up to watch War Daddy go toe-to-toe with the Brown Bomber, and it's going to be the coolest thing that's ever happened. So they have this boxing match, and you have to understand, this is a recipe for disaster, because Joe Louis is just over here trying to do the right thing, help with the war effort, raise morale of the troops before they go off into battle. You know, he's being really cool about this whole thing. He's going from unit to unit, and he's boxing a new army guy every night for like months straight. So I mean, this is nothing more than a glorified sparring match to him. He's not going in there trying to actually hurt the army guy. Hopefully the army guy's not going on to hurt him. He's just going out there to put on a show. Poole, on the other hand, remember, just gave up his dream for a national title in boxing so that he could go to war, and now the world heavyweight champion is there and he gets to box him. So in the back of his mind, there's got to be a part of him that's just like, I mean, maybe I could take this guy. So Poole goes in there obviously wanting a real fight, and that's exactly what he got. The match starts, Joe Louis goes in there, he's dancing around, he's pulling his punches, he's putting on a show, he's being super nice to Poole, and then the first chance Poole got, he threw a hard punch and just cracked Joe Louis, allegedly stumbled him a little bit, and then Joe Louis tied up with Poole and whispered in his ear, I'm gonna teach you a big lesson. The ref then broke him apart, and Joe Louis proceeded, like, I mean, maybe I could take this guy. So Poole goes in there obviously wanting a real fight, and that's exactly what he got. The match starts, Joe Louis goes in there, he's dancing around, he's pulling his punches, he's putting on a show, he's being super nice to Poole, and then the first chance Poole got, he threw a hard punch and just cracked Joe Louis, allegedly stumbled him a little bit, and then Joe Louis tied up with Poole and whispered in his ear, I'm gonna teach you a big lesson. The ref then broke him apart, and Joe Louis proceeded to beat the shit out of Poole in front of the entire regiment. Poole is later quoted as saying that he was turned any which way but loose by the Brown Bomber. Now the silver lining is that Poole somehow managed to not get knocked out, which is an achievement in itself going up against Joe Louis. And just so we're clear, if you're not familiar with combat sports, Joe Louis is absolutely not being a dick right now. This is 100% expected. This is how everybody acts in that situation. And Lafayette Poole knew that's how this would go down the minute he decided to crack him, because he had like 40 plus boxing matches. He knew what he was getting into. He got exactly what he was looking for, and it's absolutely hilarious. And in War Daddy's defense, it is actually way cooler to say I got in a legitimate fight with Joe Louis and survived, even though I got my ass beat, than it is to say I had a glorified sparring match with Joe Louis one time. And pretty much everybody else agrees, and this serves to grow Poole's reputation even more. Fast forward 2 months, June 23rd, 1944, War Daddy and his crew would arrive at the beaches of Normandy 2 weeks after D-Day. For the next 5 days, they would make their way to the front lines, following the trail of destruction left by the Allied forces before them. And on the 6th day, June 29th, 1944, they would go out on their first mission, attempting to drive the enemy further back. Using a combination of tanks and infantry, they would drive off the main road through crop fields, and they would cut through the different fields, and each field was divided by this thin row of trees and bushes that was called a hedgerow. As they go through field after field and have the tanks drive through hedgerow after hedgerow, making a path for the infantry, they would come through another hedgerow where seemingly nothing was any different. As they continued to advance through the field, as soon as they reached the midway point, the 2 corners of the hedgerow they were in up ahead of them would open fire. They'd walk directly into a German anti-tank unit's ambush as they began taking fire from anti-tank guns, machine guns, and Panzerfausts, or tank punchers, which were an early German rocket launcher designed to take out Allied tanks. The Germans were so well camouflaged in the hedgerows ahead that they couldn't even be seen. The only thing they could fire at was the muzzle flashes of the Germans firing at them first. As the Americans began to return fire, In the Mood was struck by a Panzerfaust, but it was deflected off of its armor because they were too far away when they fired it. And then a second, and then a third, and then a fourth. In the Mood had been hit with 4 tank fists and survived all of them. The American tanks, including In the Mood, attempted to drive forward to push through the ambush, but as they closed the distance between them and the German anti-tank unit, they came into the effective range of the tank punchers. In the Mood and 17 other M4s would be hit and knocked out. As Poole ordered his crew to bail out, he would come to the realization that his bow gunner and assistant driver, Arthur Reed, had been killed in action on impact. With so many tanks knocked out, the entire unit was forced to retreat, and in a matter of minutes, Poole's entire battalion had lost 25% of its men, 177 soldiers, and 18 tanks. So Poole's unit falls back to the rear, and they begin consolidating, figuring out how many people died, how many tanks they lost, refitting, getting reinforcements, getting everything done, and Poole receives word that his tank, while it was knocked out, is salvageable, and it's going to be up and running in a couple of weeks. At this point, most tank crews would be like, cool, I'll take a couple of weeks off hanging out back here, not getting ambushed. But War Daddy and his crew are absolutely furious that their friend was just killed, and they want to get back in the fight now, not in 2 weeks.
Of course, they want revenge.
Demands a new tank. And his chain of command, seeing that their golden boy wanted a new tank, turns and says, here you go, and they give him their very first version of the new Sherman M4, the M4A176W, with an even bigger gun that's more capable of going toe-to-toe with German tanks. They are then immediately given a replacement bow gunner and assistant driver by the name of Bert Close, a 19-year-old kid that looks like he just got out of a high school classroom, and for that reason, he is immediately given the nickname Schoolboy as they paint In the Mood 2 down the side of their new tank and go back into the fight. Poole said he learned more in that first 3 minutes of combat than he did in the 3 years of training prior to that. He took note of how the Germans put their main anti-tank guns in the corners of the hedgerows to triangulate fire at the middle of the field, and they waited until they got into the middle of the field before opening fire so they couldn't retreat back into the hedgerows easily. For that reason, every time they cut through a hedgerow, they would immediately use the main gun and fire on each corner ahead of them, and then rake everything in between with machine gun fire, attempting to ambush the enemy first. And this extremely slow, painstaking form of combat went on for the first month, just field after field, ambush after ambush, fight after fight. It took them a month to go 5 miles further into enemy territory. And this wasn't just Poole's unit, this was the entire military, fighting tooth and nail for every inch of land that they got. Because of this, General Omar Bradley decided to launch Operation Cobra on July 25th. The plan was to bomb the enemy first, and then bomb the enemy again and again and again, and then roll in with tanks and take care of whatever's left. On July 26, 1944, Operation Cobra will reach its apex when 3,300 Allied bombers dropped 14,000 tons of bombs in the span of 3 hours. Just for the record, so we're all clear, 14,000 tons is over 30 million pounds. in 3 hours. With all the bombings breaking down the enemy line, the combat pace really picked up as In the Mood started traveling miles a day instead of miles a month. During that time, In the Mood 2 would come toe-to-toe with its first German Panther tank, and it would take it out in a single shot with its new and improved 76mm cannon. From that moment on, War Daddy, his crew, and In the Mood 2 led point on pretty much every single mission his unit ran, and he was driving the enemy back as fast as humanly possible. In the following days, it became pretty apparent to pretty much everybody that War Daddy and In the Mood 2 were in fact the main characters of this story, as he began sitting up higher and higher in his commander's position on the tank. Pretty soon, the other tankers began to describe it as he was sitting so high up on the tank that it looked like he was riding it like a bull, showing off his cowboy boots. Over the next several weeks, they put so many miles in the Mood 2 and drove through so many hedgerows that they wore out the engine and it needed to be replaced. And at this point, Pool, being who he is like, I'm not waiting for that thing to get fixed, just give me another tank so I can keep fighting. And the chain of command is like, actually, that's perfect because now your original tank is fixed, so you can just have that one back.
No.
No, God!
Pool immediately is like, no, absolutely not. It's older, it's slower, the gun is smaller, and most importantly, my friend died in the assistant driver's seat, and I don't want to look at that for the rest of this war. I'm not taking that tank. He was then given a direct order to take the tank, to which he's like, okay, fine. He then orders the rest of his crew to go over to In the Mood 2 and observe it getting fixed by the mechanics and having a new motor put in it, which is weird because they're not getting that tank back anyways, so why on earth is he doing that? In reality, he just wanted to make sure that his crew was somewhere so they couldn't get blamed with what he's about to do. So he goes over by himself, picks up his new tank, and then proceeds to immediately drive it directly into a lake. I mean, technically, we don't know that for sure. The only official documentation as to what happened to this tank is from the maintenance crew, and it says, and I quote, "The vehicle was believed to have been driven into a lake." And at this point, the chain of command is just like, okay, well, I mean, hold on. This is the golden boy. I don't want to get rid of him. Hear me out. He did just save a tank the other day that we were going to lose. He ran in front of a bunch of machine gun fire and got that tank back. So now that he threw this tank away, it's basically a net zero. I think we should just let it slide. Go ahead, give him a new M4A176W again, and we'll get him back on the front lines. And that's it. That's the whole story. They give him a new tank and he goes back to fighting. Okay, do you understand how incredibly gangster that is? This is an entire another level of plot armor. Okay, going toe to toe with the enemy and like doing some crazy stuff and surviving. That's one level. Going toe to toe with Uncle Sam about his money is a completely another level of plot armor that most people can't even fathom. For example, when you go to get out of the military, they make you turn in every piece of equipment they ever gave you ever. Okay, they're gonna pull out a sheet of paper that's this long with a list of all of it, and it's gonna be the most ridiculous stuff on the planet. They're gonna be like, yeah, we gave you a marker tube type in 2003. What the fuck is a marker tube type? Oh, a Sharpie. You gave me a Sharpie in 2003? Okay, I'll just pay for it. How much does the government pay for Sharpies? $79.95 is what we pay for fucking Sharpies around here. And then you have to pay the government $79.95 for a Sharpie that you lost 20 years ago, otherwise they negatively impact your credit score. The rest of us mere mortals are over here getting harassed by the US military because we lost a canteen cup at some point. Meanwhile, War Daddy's over here waterboarding an entire tank and just walking away like nothing happened and nobody cares. This is an unprecedented level of plot armor. So that's August 16th. He gets his new tank In the Mood 3. August 17th, the very next day, they come into a humongous battle. They catch up with an entire German armored unit that has 12 Panther tanks. Luckily, the Allied forces at this point in time have air superiority, so they radio in for some planes, and they come in and they bomb the entire Panther unit. Then after the planes drop a bunch of bombs all over them, then all of the American Sherman tanks start to advance. And then a couple minutes later, another group of American planes come. They were either P-38s or P-47s, depending on which source you want to read. Doesn't really matter. Either way, American planes come, and then they proceeded to bomb everybody, the American tanks included. And during this bombing run, In the Mood 3 and the tank next to it would both be hit. Luckily, nobody in War Daddy's crew would be hurt. However, both of the tanks were knocked out. At which point, the battalion commander orders everybody to fall back because things have just went catastrophically wrong. Pool orders his men to all bail out and run back. Baby the driver and Jailbird the loader both cool, dope. They hop out of the tank, they run back. It is now Pool and Schoolboy left inside this tank. The other tank right next to In the Mood 3 also bails out and they all run off. However, one of those crew members is hurt and they're laying on the ground. War Daddy sees this, hops out of his tank, runs over to try to save this guy, drawing all of the machine gun fire from the German side on In the Mood 3. War Daddy ends up making it over to this other tanker and helping to save him. However, Burt Close Schoolboy is now pinned down underneath In the Mood 3, so he just digs in and buries himself underneath the tank, hoping that he's not hit by enemy machine gun fire or an American plane. So that's all he does. He just lays underneath the tank and kind of buries himself in the dirt, and he waits, listening to the machine gun fire bounce off his tank as he hears American bombs exploding in the background, and he just waits, and 10 minutes go by, and suddenly somebody runs and dives under the tank, and it scares the shit out of Burt Close. And he looks over, yeah. It's an American, so he kind of relaxes for a second, but that dude doesn't see Burt yet. And Burt Close, Schoolboy, recognizes this guy. It was his friend from basic training that he hadn't seen in like 2 years. And Close remembers on the first day of basic training, this guy got asked a question by the drill instructor, and he told the drill instructor, I don't know. And from that point on, throughout the rest of their training, that particular drill instructor would always tell this guy, what do you know? Bearing that in mind, Schoolboy asks the guy, hey, what the hell happened? And that guy responds, I have no idea. To which Schoolboy responds the same thing the drill instructor would have responded, what do you know? And that guy whipped his head around, recognizing the voice of his friend, and they were reunited after like 2 years not seeing each other, not knowing if they were alive.
That's
they
awesome.
just ran into each other in the most unfortunate circumstance on the planet, and then they just hung out for the next hour in the middle of this firefight, catching up, because there's literally nothing else they could do, and it's the most army thing I've ever heard, ever. So while Close is catching up with his buddy, War Daddy makes his way back to safety. He carries that injured tanker with him, and then he realizes that he's missing Burt Close.
You're getting shot at.
He is not about to lose another assistant driver and bow gunner, and he is ready to run back into hell to go get him too. He is then physically restrained and given a direct order to not. So like an hour goes by, Schoolboy and his buddy are just chilling underneath the remnants of In the Mood 3, waiting for the bombs to clear up. Finally, the German armor unit's forced to retreat. They get the all clear, the planes aren't going to be coming anymore, and then they just kind of get out from underneath the tank and walk back, and everything's okay. So now the next problem is that In the Mood 3 is gone, they no longer have a tank. Well, By that time, they had already replaced the motor in the Mood 2, and they were ready to hop back in that. So the next day, August 18th through August 26th, War Daddy and the crew of In the Mood 2 go ham. They spearhead every single mission, driving further and further into enemy territory, wrecking absolutely anybody that gets in their way.
G move right there.
You're leading the entire 3rd Armored Division deeper and deeper in enemy territory, and during this point of the war, the 3rd Armored Division earns the nickname the Spearhead Division because they are leading the rest of the military into the fight because they are advancing so rapidly. It is literally the largest unhealthcare system in the world being spearheaded by War Daddy and his crew of In the Mood 2. They're pushing so hard, so fast in enemy territory that they start getting direct orders from the battalion commander to slow down and let everybody else catch up. There's accounts of In the Mood 2 taking out entire infantry companies by themselves, 250 men in a single day.
Damn.
And somehow, presumably divine plot armor, despite the fact that they are the first and sometimes the only one into a fight, they go completely untouched every single time. Then August 27th, they come across a major set of train tracks, at which point they're all like, I got an idea. Let's line the tanks up and wait. And that's what they did. And they waited. And they waited. And like 8 hours later, here comes a German train full of all types of cargo and equipment and tanks and armored vehicles rolling down the tracks. And a bunch of Sherman tanks just open fire, turning the entire thing into a shooting gallery, destroying absolutely everything on this train. At which point, Poole is like, cool. Now that I know which direction the trains are headed, I'm gonna go get the next one. And he takes off heading the opposite direction that the train is gonna be coming. So he's gonna catch this train before anybody else. And sure enough, like an hour later, here comes another train headed in the exact same direction. It is now In the Mood 2 and this train going head to head as In the Mood 2 starts firing 76mm rounds into the engine of the locomotive. After 2 shots, it completely destroys the locomotive engine as the rest of the train glides to a halt. As they pull around and the rest of the train comes into view, there are 4 German Tiger II tanks on this train. They haven't even ran into one of these in combat yet, and there's 4 of them sitting dead on this train, but the Germans are running to get in the tanks to use them as artillery and get the guns aimed at In the Mood 2. And one of those German guns will absolutely destroy In the Mood 2, probably with a single hit. At this point, Schoolboy starts using his 30 cal machine gun, and War Daddy starts using the 50 cal up top to shoot at these German Tiger tanks, not because it's actually going to hurt the tanks, but because all the machine gun fire is keeping the Germans from getting inside of them to be able to use them. And while that's going on, Groundhog is opening fire on the tanks with a 76mm over and over, finally being able to break through the Tiger tanks' armor, destroying all 4 of the tanks as they continue to destroy everything else on this train. For the next half hour, it is a complete shooting gallery as In the Mood 2 wreaks havoc on this now defenseless train. At some point, the rest of the tanks catch up and they chip into, but the majority of the credit ends up going to In the Mood 2. When the smoke clears, they make sure all the Germans are gone, and then they go in and see what else, if there's any cargo that's salvageable, hoping for, like, I don't know, German chocolate or food, or most importantly, booze. And they go in and they start looking at all the cargo, and it's an entire train, besides the tanks and a couple armored cars that are on there. All the cargo is just like French lingerie and fancy perfumes and a bunch of woman stuff. Basically, they figured the Germans were just loading up trains full of anything they could find of value inside of France and trying to ship it back by rail to Germany to extract as much value as possible as they were being forced to retreat. Now, here's the silver lining. Somebody had the brilliant idea of like, hey, it's not food and it's not beer, but hear me out. The entire 3rd AD is on its way to Belgium right now. And if we show up in Belgium and we give all the ladies there a bunch of French lingerie and perfume, we're gonna be heroes, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll wear it for us. If so facto, there's now an entire regiment of M4 Sherman tanks and armored cars full to the brim of fancy French lingerie and perfume headed to Belgium. Now at this point, while everybody else is loading up lingerie and perfume, the chain of command is having a meeting because War Daddy and his tank crew just took out an entire train pretty much by themselves, including 4 German Tiger II tanks. So we need to get them some kind of award. So it becomes clear to the chain of command that these are probably the best tank crew that America has right now, and they would do a better job of serving the country if they were sent back home and sent on tour where they could tell their story and help sell war bonds. And honestly, they've earned it at this point. So the chain of command then orders Poole to fall all the way back to the very rear and let everybody else handle everything from here on out. Fast forward 2 hours later, whoever's spearheading the formation now comes up to this bridge, and this bridge is the only way across this river, and it's being guarded by 3 German Panthers, and leadership has no idea how to cross this bridge. So leadership has another meeting, and they're like, fuck, I guess let's get War Daddy back up here. We need the main character. Bring him up. So
All tanks, War Daddy. Looks like I'm in.
Poole gets the order. He pulls out of the formation, drives to the very front. Again, he's been gone for a whole 2 hours. He gets to the front, gets briefed on what's going on. He evaluates the situation. He looks off in the distance. There's this big hill on their side of the river. So he's like, okay, you guys stay here. I'm gonna go handle this. So they drive up to the top of this hill. He now has a good view of the rest of the river, and he can actually make out one of the German Panther tanks. He can't see the other 2. He doesn't know how many are there. He just knows they're there. They're so well camouflaged, but he can see one of them. So he takes aim and he gets them ready, and he's like, we're just gonna rapid fire this entire thing. He opens fire, and as soon as he fires, there's another round in by Jailbird, and they fire again and again and again, and they take out this first Panther tank, and they do it so fast, and they fire so many times that all the other tanks think that they're getting ambushed, and they start retreating. There was only 2 tanks there. He sees them once they start moving, but those tanks take off thinking that there's way more tanks than just one attacking them. Meanwhile, Poole's entire unit's kind of just sitting there like listening, hearing tank fire in the background, wondering what's happening. A few minutes later, Poole comes driving by again and just drives right across the bridge. So everybody else is like, okay, and then they follow him, and then problem solved. War Daddy saved the day yet again. At this point, Poole's probably thinking to himself, like, okay, this is the point where I'm supposed to stop, get orders. They're probably going to send me to the back of the formation again. And he's like, but I don't want that, because off in the distance, a couple miles ahead, he sees a German town, and he knows that that town is probably full of all types of important German supplies, because a second ago, they had 3 German Panther tanks trained on a single choke point. It was a pretty safe place to be. And he knows that if he can get there in a hurry, he can probably take out a bunch of more enemy objectives. So he just hauls ass straight into this town, right down Main Street, and sure enough, there's 4 German ammo trucks full of German war supplies, and he takes out all 4 of them by himself, as the rest of the unit is desperately trying to keep up. After a while, some of the other tanks finally catch up to Pool, but Pool keeps leading them deeper and further into enemy-held territory. And at dusk that night, they'd be ambushed by more Panther tanks. And that ambush started by one of the Panther tanks shooting directly at In the Mood 2. Luckily, it was a glancing blow, and everybody was okay. In the Mood turns, returns fire, and scores a direct hit, knocking out the tank as the German crew bails out. But the tank didn't burst into flames yet, and that's not acceptable. So, In the Mood 2 advances to shoot this tank again. As they hit it again, the whole thing blows up, as In the Mood 2 gets hit again from another Panther tank. And again, it glances off the armor, and everybody's okay. But they don't know where the hell it came from because it's so dark out, they can't actually see anything. So now they're just waiting, and they're kind of moving back and forth, and this Panther tank fires at him again, and they can see the muzzle flash. The Panther missed, and In the Mood starts returning fire just in that general direction, firing blindly. And after 4 or 5 rounds sent that way, they see an enormous explosion and flames as they had scored a direct hit.
No worries, Veronica.
Any remaining German
Everyone
forces
has things that they do in their
battle. They bed down for the night, they get some
so
more gas
no
in the
worries.
tank, they
You're
get everything
here.
fixed,
That's
they
what
eat some
matters.
food, and the next morning they take off
I
again.
mean, we're gonna be ending the stream soon, but you're here.
In the Mood to take off hauling ass with the rest of the tanks. Pool figures.
It's always the afternoon. Remember, Fridays have afternoon as well. You can always take a look at the afternoon one as well.
He keeps charging deeper and deeper into enemy-held territory, and that's when he comes across an entire German supply convoy. And yet again, War Daddy and In the Mood proceed to turn this entire supply caravan into a shooting gallery. In the Mood alone is credited with destroying over 100 vehicles, 2 German Panther tanks, 2 other tanks, 3 German 88 anti-tank guns, claiming over 50 enemies KIA, claiming 63 as prisoners of war, and a ton of others wounded. When the smoke settles from this and the leadership gets to figure out what actually happened, it is decided that the In the Mood crew is all going to receive Bronze Stars, and Lafayette Green Pool is going to receive the Distinguished Service Cross. He would also be nominated for the Medal of Honor, but that was rejected for some reason. Something to do with being in a tank is a team effort, and he didn't do it by himself, so he doesn't deserve the Medal of Honor, which doesn't really make sense, but it never does. So that happened. Now from here, it's pretty smooth sailing. They don't have much contact with the German military. They're pretty much just going from town to town, hanging out in a town at the end of every night. However, In the Mood continues to be the #1 spearhead of the entire division, and now, instead of being the first into contact, they're the first into every town, and that comes with its own unique set of rewards, because as soon as American tanks start rolling in, all the people come running out as they start celebrating that the Americans are here to beat the Nazis, and they start showering them with gifts, cheeses, breads, fruits, eggs, and most importantly, booze. So In the Mood gets first dibs on all the booze. This pattern repeats itself day after day for a little while, and then they eventually come up on a bigger city called Liège in Belgium. Once there, they take the city pretty easily, capturing 1,500 German POWs, and then they've essentially freed the town, at which point all the townspeople come rushing out to thank the Americans, and surprise, surprise, this city is full of very attractive young Belgian women. They start giving the soldiers gifts like food and booze, and in exchange, the soldiers break out the fancy lingerie and perfume that they liberated from that train a couple of days ago, and they start giving that back in exchange, and the entire thing turns into one gigantic block party that kind of ends up turning into a shit show, because all the soldiers spread out as they start sleeping with all these young women, showing them that inches are in fact better than centimeters, and everybody's just completely hammered. Which was fine, there was nothing wrong with that, right up until the next morning when the chain of command got the order to move out immediately. At which point the leadership, A, they're hungover, but B, they're kind of looking around, it's just like there's passed out people drunk all over the city, on the sidewalks, in the streets. It's chaos. The soldiers are all spread out because they all went home with different women. They don't know where like 75% of their soldiers even are. They radio back, they're like, we're gonna need a couple of days to regroup. We had an issue in town here. So after that, they spend the next couple of days regrouping and getting ready to move out again. After they get regrouped, it's off to the Siegfried Line, the border of Germany, guarded by dragons' teeth, mines, machine gun positions, and barbed wire. They have to finally make their last push and break into Germany. On their way to the Siegfried Line, Pool's informed that him and his crew are not gonna be allowed to spearhead this mission either, and they're to remain in the rear because him and his crew are still gonna get sent home early so that they can sell war bonds and be heroes. Pool is also informed that they're gonna be taking away his loader. Del Boggs, Jailbird, is gonna be sent all the way to the rear, where he is gonna have to undergo a vision and hearing exam for the next 2 weeks, pretty much the entire duration of the rest of their time in theater before they get sent back home. And the actual reason for this was because his brother had passed away in combat 2 weeks prior, and he was the last remaining son in his family, and the commander did not want to have to tell that man's family that he died in combat 2 weeks before he was supposed to come home. So he was going to be sent all the way to the rear, where he was going to stay until he could get sent back to America. Bearing all this in mind, Pool agrees, and he is going to remain in the rear of the formation, and he's not going to be doing anything crazy. He is then assigned a brand new, fresh out of basic training, private first class Kenneth King to be the replacement loader for Jailbird, the best M4 loader in all of World War II. Somehow a German tank snuck past the American line and managed to ambush Pool's section, and the first tank they managed to shoot was In the Mood. Pool immediately orders his crew to return fire, which they do, but the shell wasn't effective against the Panther, as he orders them to fire again, but Private First Class Kenneth King wasn't able to reload at the same pace that Jailbird was before him. So Pool orders Baby to throw it in reverse as he tries to get this kid more time to reload the gun. He ends up jamming the gun as the Panther fires another shell at In the Mood, and it punches through In the Mood and hits Private First Class Kenneth King directly in the head, killing him instantly. As Pool and Groundhog are both ejected from the tank, severely wounded, and the tank is still being thrown in reverse, being manned by nobody except for Baby and Schoolboy. Driving blind, they just continue to travel in reverse as another Panther shell hits In the Mood but glances off. After about 30 yards, they end up hitting a ditch and rolling the entire tank. While that's going on, Pool, who'd been ejected from the tank moments earlier, looks down to see that one of his legs has been completely shredded by the shrapnel. As he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a morphine syringe, basically a single one-time use dose of morphine, injects himself before pulling out his pocket knife and attempting to remove what's left of his leg. The nearby American tanks engage the German Panther, destroying it as a neighboring tank commander runs to Pool's aid. As Pool is yelling at him to go help the people in the tank, he doesn't. He runs up to Pool, injects him with another morphine syringe before calling medics to aid him. When the medics show up, they inject him with yet another morphine syringe, and Pool loses consciousness. The rest of the In the Mood crew survives, and they end up ultimately getting reassigned to different tank crews, where where they remain for the rest of World War II. Poole, on the other hand, has to have his right leg amputated 8 inches above the knee, and he is sent back home, where he spends the next 22 months in the hospital, battling different infections, rehabbing, and getting fitted for a prosthetic. By the time he's released from the hospital, it is 1946, and World War II is over, and he is then immediately discharged from the United States military because he now no longer has a leg. Lafayette Greenpool, aka War Daddy, and his tank crew of In the Mood were in combat together for 81 days in World War II, and in that 81 days, they are credited with taking out 1,000 German soldiers, capturing 250 more, destroying 275 armored vehicles, and 12 German tanks. For this, Poole had been nominated for the Medal of Honor twice. The first time, the paperwork had apparently been lost, and the second time, he was just flat out rejected. He was, however, awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the Legion of Merit, a Purple Heart, the French Croix de Guerre, and the Belgian Fourrière. After being released from the military, he went back home to Texas, where him and his wife started having kids, and he worked as a mechanic at a gas station for a number of years. And then, after a few years, the United States military came out with a special program where they would let people rejoin the military if they had special or desired talents, regardless of their physical disabilities, and Poole fit that bill. He was brought back into the military to serve as an advisor and to help train the next generation of tankers. He would do that from 1948 until retiring in 1960 as a Warrant Officer 4. He then decides that his next life adventure is going to be a preacher, which he does for a number of years, which honestly makes sense because he is super good at putting people in touch with God. So he does that for a little while, and then he gets bored with that, and he decides that he wants to give back and help the community, so he decides that he's going to be a teacher. He goes and he becomes a middle school shop teacher, and on the first day of any kid's shop class, he would always lecture them on the importance of safety and how dangerous power tools could be, right before drilling a hole directly into his wooden prosthetic leg, but the kids didn't know that at the time. After that, he finally does truly retire, and in his retirement, he forms a relationship with the armored units out of Fort Hood. They bring him out there, they let him drive in an M1 Abrams tank for the first time. He's blown away at how much better they are than the tanks that he drove during World War II. They also have him as the guest of honor at all their military events, where he commonly gets to speak, and he gets to know all the guys. And then in 1990, they're sent off to fight in Desert Storm. If you don't know, Desert Storm is considered to be the last great tank battles the world has ever seen, the last time that tanks were going toe-to-toe with one another on the battlefield, and the entire time that his guys were out there, Lafayette Poole was back home, glued to the news, watching it every single moment of every single day. And as Desert Storm, and by extension, tank versus tank warfare, would come to a close, so would Lafayette Poole. His health began to decline, and he would pass away at the age of 71 on May 30th, 1991, the very same day that he received word that his armored unit out of Fort Hood had made their way to Germany safely on their way back home to America, because Desert Storm was over. Bringing a close not only to tank warfare as the world knew it, but the life of one of the greatest men to ever do it. So, in conclusion, if this has taught us anything, never underestimate what you can accomplish by cheating on your next eye exam. Thank you for watching.
Pretty much cheat on your eye exam. Cheat on every eye exam that you ever have, of course, in Minecraft. But thank you so much for being here. I wanted to watch the final part of it, everything, you know, to have the completeness of everything there. Of course, I am going to be sending you guys to someone that I do like, as has an interesting idea. I have met them recently, not in person, but you know what I mean. Let's see who we can support on the YouTube side. Yeah, man is speaking fast. That's why I have the closed captions, so you can at least still have an idea of what the fuck the dude's saying. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, well, we'll go Komaria. We'll do Komaria. They're doing the Vtuber SMP that Pixel Link has created. They're doing that one, and of course, that's always fun. Always fun to do. Let's make sure that the Fenari Mori. There we go. There, yep, it's all doing good. So just making sure. Of course, as I always say, be proud of yourselves for everything that you've accomplished, every step that you've been able to take forward, moving forward. Be very proud of yourself. Of course, take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Remember that you are important. You are valuable. You are valued by many. You have made changes in many people's lives, if no one else than myself. Yeah, right, Salty Dog. I'm never going to do that. That's never going to happen. You know that's never going to happen. I reject her completely. You absolutely know that's never going to happen. I'll send you to a moth that is actually much cooler than the person that you just mentioned. I feel like they're much better. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Thank you. Thank you for being here, of course. I want you guys to have a good day. I want you guys to be able to take time to relax. And remember, don't bring in the cat, especially if it has those weird eyes. Do not bring in the cat. For goodness sakes, don't bring in the cat. But other than that, have it's a moth. It's a moth. It's a moth. It's a cute moth. It's like a monster moth type of thing. But of course, it's a sexy moth. But it's a monster moth. So you're gonna see when you see it. And you're gonna be on the YouTube side. It's gonna be the VTuber SMP, of course. thank you so much for being here. This is the Mad Salvi saying I will see you all next time. And of course, ara ara mama. And bye, honeys. Take care. Be kind to yourselves. Bye-bye.